G'day, Steel Nation. How you going? It's Mark here, Mark Davidson from Steel Nation Australia. What's going on, Wisconsin? Oh, what's that? Let's go, baby! Yes! Yes! Let's go!
What's the deal with the schedule?
I think the stereotype that we drink Fosters, and the first Foster I saw was in Pittsburgh. It's a true story.
Yeah,
The
I've
first
only
ever
seen-
Foster I saw was in America. I've never
Well, I
seen one
thought that
here.
was like Australia for beers.
For what? Alrighty, Steel Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. And 100% Jet Devil, we're going to talk about that. Pickett to the Browns. First of all, guys, I'm going to make this show is going to be a fun one, a good one, a wild one. But also, we are going to pay our respects very shortly to Craig Wolfley, who has passed away. And I'm going to go do that in the first segment. G'day, Jerry. But yeah, this show, man, I'm happy. We might go 2 hours. Like, I just want to try and cover everything that's happened. I'll be bringing on shortly as well, Bubba and Shane. I might reach out to some other podcasters too if they want to come on. If you are Hooly Dooly members in that tier, maybe in a certain part of the section of this show, we'll have like an open forum to call in or jump on the live. There's a lot been happening. Like, for many weeks, nothing has happened. Nothing at all. And it all came in one day. That is the tampering period for the free agency. But it is also, let's start with it. Let's roll with it. It's with all respect to Wolf's family and now Tunch and Wolf are together. Let's talk about that. If you don't know, and most of you do because you guys live in America and I'm waking up on the other side of the world. Wolf for life. Yeah, 100%, dude. Gonna miss Wolf's commentary just like Tunch or Tunch. It's just fantastic. So I'm going to read the media statement, go through a few tweets that some players and media members like Bob Pompiani, Missy Matthews, they all work together, put out. So, and tell you like my little story too about Tunch and or Wolfley. He's 66. I think he was battling cancer the last few weeks, and unfortunately passed away today. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy how that happens and life happens. And then, you got to talk about all the Justin Fields to the Jets. But like I said, this will be a long show. I'm keen. If you guys are keen, I'll be here for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm getting guests on podcasts. I've reached out to a few people. I've reached out to Manny P if he's not busy. Reached out to Bubba and Shane. Hooly Dooly members at a certain part of the show. We can have some talk maybe about an hour or so in. So let me bring it up. But you guys know this. Very sad news. I can't even bloody read that. It's too small. Like, here we go. We are deeply saddened by the passing of Craig Wolfley, a beloved member of the Pittsburgh Steelers family. Craig was an outstanding player who brought us both toughness and heart to the field during his 10 seasons. Now, for me, I didn't get to see him play. I might go back and watch highlights, but I never saw him play when I was living. An offensive lineman, his grit and dedication were essential to our success and could contributing to our solid foundation of the Steelers O-line in the 1980s and 1990s. His work ethic and commitment to excellence were felt both in the locker room and on the field. His leadership was always evident. Following his retirement from playing, Craig seamlessly transitioned into a broadcaster, providing insightful commentary and analysis as a part of the Steelers radio network. His passionate voice and deep understanding of the game made him a trusted figure for Steelers fans. His humor, warmth, and enthusiasm left a lasting impact on our community. On behalf of the entire Steelers organization, we offer our deepest condolences to Craig's family, friends, and all who had privilege of knowing him. So that's a really good statement, That's a really good statement from Art Rooney II. And I think as fans now too, like we didn't know him as a person, but he was one of the first voices I heard when I started listening to the game. I think that the iPhones and stuff like that came out like 2007 or 2008 and 9 or something like that. Like when I had my first smartphone, I remember just, clicking radio or typing into the internet like Steelers Nation Radio, and his voice came up when I was listening to Tunch and Wolf, and I've had Merrill Hodge on the show talk about Wolfley and Tunch. So they're now together. It's very sad news, but he is that voice. Like, many people had Myron Cope in his voice, but he was just full of life, and he was the old school Steeler to me, like the old school Steeler. You push that button, and he's talking about the big offensive linemen, what they had for lunch. He's going to training camps. Like he was it. Like he was the dude. Same with Tunch. That was just it. You know what I mean? Like you turn the radio on, you could sit back, you could play some games, you could cook whatever. You could mow the grass. And Wolfley was that guy. So it's very sad to hear him passing, and he's going to be well missed in the Steel Nation community from the not only a player standpoint, but talking to the players. And he was always around players and coaches and interviews, and having a bit of fun and talking with Max Starks has now joined the team, and talking with Ramon Foster. Everyone liked that. So I'm going to go through a few Twitters and just give them a highlight, man, because I think sometimes we have to do this with our players that have played with the organization. And I'll go to the comments in a minute. But I'm going to go through my Twitter, because I woke up this morning and I was legit just tweeting everything back. All these things from Twitter. So I'm going to scroll through. Hopefully I don't make you guys too dizzy. This is where I kind of started. I'll come back to these things, which is the Joe and Warren, and come back to these Rodgers and stuff like that. But I do still want to find, people celebrating his life. So Matthew Lacow here, he's a Steelers fan, but this guy always posts a lot. He posts a lot of positive Steel things too. Says rest in peace to Craig Wolfley and Tunch in there. Just two brothers, the two Brotherhood of Steel members. Like it's old school Steelers Americana football to me. That's what I fucking love about it. I think that's great. Nice picture there. And I'll come back to these ones in a minute. So Jerome Better says here, if you guys can read this, I think it's like, you can half read it. It's on the screen. Jerome Better says here, deeply saddened by the loss of my friend and Steelers brother, Craig Wolfley, a true warrior on and off the field. His impact on the game and the people around him will never be forgotten. Rest in peace. Love that from Jerome Bettis. I read that statement there too. Bob Pompiani says, this is so heartbreaking, because remember, these guys work with him. We're fans just listening and taking it all in and consuming Steelers content 24/7. But Bob Pompiani says, this is so heartbreaking. Craig was a wonderful man, always with family and faith first mentality. I'm a better man for knowing and working with him. Rest in peace, my friend. So some really nice things. And also on the other side too, the flip side, how life goes and how this channel goes, how football goes. TJ Watt is now a father of a little girl. So congratulations, congrats to TJ Watt, who one thing happens on the other side, right? It's been a wild day today. It's been a wild day. And I wrote here when I woke up 5 hours ago at 5 a.m., Zooks, very sad day in Steeler Nation. The loss of Craig has left a huge void in our hearts. I never met him, but he felt like an old friend. And Wolf was awesome on the airwaves. I'm going to go through this one. Dan Moore, there's a few more contracts. We'll talk about these in a minute. I will come back. But yeah, sadly he passed away. Jeff Hartman wrote a nice thing on Steel Curtain Network. A few more. DK Metcalf. And Robert Golden was one of our former, was he like safety special teams. This guy was a great man. He always reached out to me and told me how proud he was of me. So thankful for his encouragement. Say hello to my dad in heaven. Wolf, rest in peace, brother. And I'll come back to these in a minute. Jenna Hana says here, heartbreaking news this morning. Craig was such a light and truly one of the kindest people you'd ever meet. He will be dearly missed. So it's just one of those things that happens. Aaron Smith put a picture out here. So former DE Aaron Smith, rest in peace, Craig Wolfley. It's hurting everyone, man. Mark Caboli says here, there was probably not a better man or man I enjoyed talking to more than Wolf. I would seek him out every time I saw him to talk food and football. Totally unique individual and talented. He will be missed by all. Rest in peace, Wolf. So I'll come back in a minute, take a little bit of a break. I'll come back to these in a second. But yeah, Dale Loyce, nobody would be happier. Nobody would be happier for Dan Moore today than Craig Wolfley being a former offensive lineman. Even though he didn't play in a big money era, Wolf would love to see offensive linemen get their share. And that includes Dan Moore getting the big ticket. That is what do you call it? The big my apologies. The big contract today for the Titans. So I'm gonna read a few of your comments, but yeah, man, that's crazy. Crazy news. Very sad. Very, very sad. Food and football is very much what Wolf was. Yeah, 100%. So let me get it back to the top. I'm going to introduce everyone. And then, yeah, man, we are going to get some guests on. We're going to talk about what's been happening because I don't know where to begin yet, but I will catch up. I don't know where to begin just yet. Holy dooly. So let me go to the top. And it was, yeah, Jed was saying his condolences too. Rest in peace, Wolfley. He'll be watching all the games with Tunch now, 100%. G'day, J Quest as well, 100% as well. G'day, Jamie, what's up? Yo, yo, yo. Pickett to the Browns is quite hilarious too. I don't know if he's going to be QB1, QB2, but that's kind of funny. You know what? At some stage too, the Steelers will be playing the Browns. They definitely will. Sorry. The Steelers will play Pickett. Like, I guarantee you'll see Pickett versus the Steelers, or Pickett will play for the Browns. It's going to happen. I will talk about this too. I'm going to be very heated if they do sign Aaron Rodgers. We'll see what happens. I'm not a big fan of how things are playing out, but that's life. And, you know, Jets have Fields, and I think it could be a possibility Steelers go and get Wilson, or they reach to get Daniel Jones, but I would prefer those two quarterbacks over Aaron Rodgers. G'day, Jerry says, what's up? G'day, Gene, Wolf for Life. G'day, Blue Nose. Yeah, all those guys I'll go through in a second. 100% prayers to Craig Wolfley. Yeah, I'll go through those guys in a minute. Cheers to Wolf. Yeah, everyone loved him, dude. He's such a nice person. Like, I never met him. He what's the word? He liked a few of my tweets and liked a few of my exes. You know, well, not my like exes, but you know, he retweeted my tweets, or he liked a few of my tweets. So, but I never met him, but he was down to earth. I just love the fact that I could listen to him, a guy like that, talk football, and that's that vibe you got too. From, you know, Max Starks right now. So we've lost a good one in the radio land. We really have. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, 100%, dude. Going to be weird to see no Wolf at training camp. Yeah, it's crazy. G'day, EJ. What's going on from New Zealand? A crazy day all around, 100%. George T says, rest in peace, our 73 from the 80s. And that's a big difference, right? I can only go back to watching highlights. I didn't watch any games. I was born in 1989, but still, the first few memories I had, both of now, of Tunch, Ilkin, and Craig Wolfley, were just two Pittsburgh Steeler old fellas having a go, talking football, eating good food, and having a laugh. Like, that's what I love about it, you know? 23 people in the house. Welcome to 23 people in the house. Just to catch everyone up. For everyone who's just been joining, we are talking about Craig Wolfley at the moment, but I will be going into the free agent talk very soon, talking about what's been happening. There you go. G-Double says, I remember my dad calling into Wolf and Tunch's show on FSN Pittsburgh when I was like 11. Love that shit, man. I love all that kind of stuff. It's great. G'day, TD. What's going on? Are you saying that Craig Wolfley fought Butterbean? Okay. Here we are. Jamie says, Craig Wolfley reminded me of one of my coaches growing up. He's saying and expressions towards the OC of the game. Yeah, and that's what was fun about it too. Like, and I know things are getting older, and it makes me reflect on certain things, and me being older, being 30, 35, almost 36. And it's like, yeah, man, I've been watching this game for 24 years. Or sometimes the team frustrates me. And today, like, the Steelers not making the moves I thought they were going to make, it frustrates me. But you support the black and gold no matter what. And this is the time that we can reflect on what Wolfley was like, because you push that Steelers Nation radio button and boom, you'd hear him in the background. You know, he'd do a commentary, and we'll love Steelers content. That's why you guys are here. We love Steelers content so much. We'll push it while we're washing the dishes or we're mowing the lawn, put the headphones in. You know, we come home from a hard day of work, Steelers content. And you'd hear Wolfley talk about his time with the offensive linemen or jokesters, or, you know, have mini stories. It was so much fun. So big respects to him, man. Yeah, 100% on the dad club. So g'day, Chloe. What's going on? I'm working down my way. Yeah, true that. Gonna crush. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's only if he signs. I'm gonna be pretty mad. I'm gonna be very mad. Rogers throwing 4K this year for the black and gold. That could be a possibility. Could be a possibility. All right, I'm going to do a few more. I'm just going to do one or two more. I want to find Max Starks' comment about Wolfley, and then we're going to talk about what's been happening from the free agent pretty much frenzy today. So let me try and find. Jimmy's a Ram. We'll come back to the minute. Jerry saying his piece as well. There's a great picture. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Great picture of a hard-nosed Pittsburgh Steeler logo on the sideline, 73, covered in mud. Like, that's Steelers football. I wish we could get back to something like that. That'd be fantastic. Mike DeFaber says that Craig was a man of faith, like his old friend Tunch Ilkin. Ilkin. After Tunch passed, Wolfton off set on the side, and team cafeteria making the sign of the cross. That was so close together, and that's what I loved. I love that brotherhood. Team Bez says Craig Wolfley was passionate about football, kind, genuine, dedicated, sincere, engaging. Whether it was hosting Steelers shows or calling PGH power games, I'm not too sure what that is. Maybe that's Pittsburgh high school games, or just talking SSU football. If I was with Wolf, I knew I was about to smile. So many people loved him. So many people taking photos, and so many people sharing great things. Even Pittsburgh dad said, "Thank you for being so kind with your time. Love talking hogs." Is a hog? That must be like motorbikes, right? I think black and gold couldn't ask for a better ambassador. 100%. Couldn't ask for a better ambassador. That is Craig Wolfley. So very sad news. Colin Dunlap shared it here. Bob Labriola. They worked hand in hand together with the Steelers. Craig Wolfley, Steelers favorite, who brought toughness as a player, knowledge, and entertainment as a broadcaster, and a kindness and decency to all those across his path. So very well loved, very, very well loved in the Steelers community. And I've got one more here there's a few more here. Teresa Varley, she works for the Steelers too. There'll never be a person like Craig Wolfley. Love this guy. He was all my heart. Miss him so much already. And that's just the connection we have with him, man. Great bloke. I'm trying to find what Max Stark said about him. I tweeted so much this morning. I was tweet. I was like a little bird. I was tweeting everything because I was waking up at 5 a.m. and all I saw was things to come back on the show. So Brett Kiesel says here, we were lucky to have you, Wolfman. Brett Kiesel, shear the beard. If I can't find it, I'll come back to the chat in a second. But like I said, I'm going to be here for the next 2 hours. We got guests on. Here it is. Here's what I wanted to bring up. Because Max Starks, they were working together, last few years. And I think Max kind of took over, Tunch's role as well. It says here, Max Stark says, and former O-lineman is with a heavy heart. I repost his official statement from the Steelers on the passing of my colleague, mentor, big brother, uncle, friend, and most importantly, Faith's husband, and Megan, Kyle, Maximus, CJ Hannah, Esther's dad, who was a devout man of God. So that's fantastic. So we're going to end it there for that part. Very sad. I'm going to have to do a ray gun reset in a minute. And yeah, we're going to come back and talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with all respects to the Wolfley family and Craig Wolfley, rest in peace. For me, it was so much fun waking up and pushing the Steelers radio button and just chilling out and listening to Steelers football from him. So let's do a ray gun reset and do the best that we can. Let's have a fireworks for Wolf as well. 100%. Okay. Maybe not a ray gun reset. Maybe do fireworks instead. There we go. I definitely do. It's tomorrow's one's gonna be a bit odd because tomorrow's one I said which dominoes are gonna fall. Some things I said if Fields does go to the Jets. Well, it's like I recorded tomorrow's episode 2 days in advance. G'day Kenneth, what's going on? Yeah, I'm back there. I'm back there every week, and the show will be here too. Alrighty, let's do some fireworks in celebration for Wolfley. Such a fucking great steal. I cannot push it enough for what he had, the impact on me too, just by listening to his voice on games, just his overall presence with the players and like his Steeler attitude, man. A fucking great player, a fucking great person. So let's do some fireworks for I don't know. Oh boy, I don't know, dude. Let's do some fireworks for Craig Wolfley and come back and try and start the show, basically. But do I have it? Here we go. Oh, okay. Oh boy. Let's go. So there's been a lot of news, but I do need, you know what? Double fireworks because I need to have a sip of my coffee and a sip of my water. One sec. Double fireworks for Wolfley. Oh boy. Okay. Where do I start? Does someone push me in the direction where I should start? Where should I, do I just go back from my Twitters and just go through that? I didn't have any pictures ready to come up, and I'm going to bring in Bubba and that too. I'm going to try and invite them as well. But so where should I where should I start? Start there? Okay, let me start here with Aaron Rodgers with the idea of the Steelers possibly getting him and my thought process on that. And I'm going to invite Bubba and Shane, if you are listening, in about 10 minutes. So from my point of view on Aaron Rodgers, I hope we don't get him. I think he's too old. I don't like his ego. I don't like the way, I don't think he'll fit the Steelers. I know we have been connected to him, but I feel like if we do get him, I'm going to have to go on a massive rant because it's just, to me, it's a bit dumb. Yeah, Gene, I'll invite you on soon. Maybe if you can stick around, I'll invite you on for maybe the last hour, like about hour or so. I'm going to get Bubba and Shane on first for the first 40 minutes, and near the end of the show, maybe like in about an hour or so, because we are going pretty long. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Aaron Rodgers. I just can't stand the way he plays the game, how he throws receivers under the bus. Everything's always around him. He's a complete diva quarterback. So if the Steelers were to sign him, I would be pissed off. It doesn't fit what I think the Steelers need to do. However, if it does happen, I have to support the team. I have to. And I would hope that he can play good football and not be a 41-year-old quarterback like he did last year and get sacked 46 times. So that's pretty crazy to me. LaDainian. You mean Elena Roberts? Elena Roberts. Yeah, I'm just not overall. The Aaron Rodgers stuff is not my jam. All right, let me go back to Twitter. That's probably the best way I can do it. Go back to Twitter, and I'm gonna find out the stories as I bring them up, because I was just talking about Wolfley, but let's go from the very beginning. Oh my goodness, that would have hurt you. That would have hurt your head. Because I just reposted everything. I reposted absolutely everything this morning. I just had to. But I do want to go back and talk about the Steelers have offered, I think, a contract to Jaylen Warren. And I reposted random things too, like Jimmy G, he ain't coming to the Steelers. There's no way he's going to be a Steeler. But I reposted things like, oh yeah, like Patriots signing Robert Spillane, middle linebacker. He was with the Raiders. So that's what I don't want to happen. I saw Steelers of Brazil talk about Aaron Rodgers, and I'm like, I don't want to see him in the uniform. They can't give him number 12 anyway. But going back to it, I think it was Dan Moore's up there, TJ. Chris Goldman was the receiver that we didn't sign up, didn't miss out on, but didn't sign. All right, we'll start here. So Steelers update. The Steelers have placed second round restricted tender on running back Jaylen Warren, keeping him in Pittsburgh for 2025. It is worth $5.3 million. With a tender that any team signing to Warren would have to give up a second round pick to do so. So I think the Steelers, in that sense, yeah, it's a pretty good move. Like keeping Warren there, they're going to either sign another running back the free agent window is now open. They're going to sign another running back. I wouldn't mind if it was Nick Chubb and he's healthy to be that vet and to give him a chance, but he needs to be healthy. It's just my opinion. But now with Warren signing the tender, he's your second round running back, and we know how good Warren is for the team. Not only is he physical, he can pass block, he can run out the back to receive catches. He falls forward, he never takes his helmet off. So that is a big signing, I think, to bring back Warren at running back number 2. And the Steelers now got to figure out who's going to be their Steelers running back number 1. I don't think it's going to be Najee. I think they're going to move on for Najee. Najee will go somewhere else. And also let me know too. Let me know as well in the chat. G'day David Muse and Gavin in the chat. If you see any news, please put the news in the comments below. I do want to see them. Offense needs some discipline. And that's a fair point. The offense needs some discipline. Rodgers can bring that fire. It's a fair point. But I just think he might be a bit too old. Any news that comes out and needs to be legitimate, put it in the chat below. Right, yeah, so that was Warren. He signed his tender. Let's move up into, that's the rumor going around now. It's like, it's Rodgers and Wilson, because all the other quarterbacks, Sam Darnold signed a big contract to the Seahawks. We have here Dan Moore has picked up a signing with Dan Moore, signing left tackle Dan Moore, 4-year deal, $82 million, $50 million guarantee. So shout out to Dan Moore. In that sense, like, I don't think the Steelers were going to run him back. He was always leaving because Broderick Jones is taking over left side, Troy Fautanu taking over right side. They'll find a backup or get someone in the draft as well. So we all know that DK Metcalf was a big signing yesterday. That was huge, 5-year deal. I don't know if he's going to be wearing 0, but it's quite interesting now to see what happens with George Pickens wearing 14, he wearing 14. Them on the same side, do you go and trade George Pickens? Rodgers, don't think so. Keep scrolling. Man, I was tweeting so much. I was tweeting everything. Hope this doesn't burn your eyes too much too. Because there was more things happening. I know we had that middle linebacker signed. Well, I can't show that. And yeah, that was the other big news too. It was the former Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold reached a massive deal, $110 million, including $55 million guarantee. And to be honest, I don't think the Steelers were going to do that. I don't think they're going to give out that much money, like that much money for a quarterback, $55 million a year. But then you try and think as well, what are they? Slay too, yeah. What are they? What's the Steelers' game plan? Like, I don't know what their game plan is overall. Is it really to figure out a new contract with Russell Wilson for the next 2 years and draft a quarterback? Because there was rumors about Darnold, there was rumors about Justin Fields. All these kind of things have been happening around town. Who are you doing? G'day, Derpy. What's going on? All right, go back to the Twitterverse, man. Let's go. So Darnold is out now. He's not happening. Here's another one too. Dal Lolly says that the Steelers have released DT Larry Ogunjobi. Move would save $7 million in cap space. I think this was always going to happen, to be honest. I feel like Ogunjobi was always on the out after this year. I don't think the Steelers are going to bring him back. So there's no real loss there. They will find some free agent talent, or they will find someone in the draft to replace him. And the big news here is Jets are signing quarterback Justin Fields to a 2-year deal, $40 million with $30 million guarantee. So I thought that, did I not show that? No, I didn't. There it is. Jets are signing Justin Fields to a big 2-year contract. I did hear, though, that apparently from Nick Farabaugh that the Steelers had offered $10 million less, and he took the higher offer with the Jets. Now, I hope that he goes and plays well and he has a really good start to his career. He starts to pick up his career again. He starts to win games and play good football. This is business. I did want to see Justin Fields to be a Steelers quarterback because he was younger, more mobile, and maybe it would be fun to play in this offense. But now if we go and get someone else, hopefully not Rodgers, but if we get someone else, I'm happy for it. Are you kidding me? No. Are you fucking kidding me? Like legit? Legit? Like legit. Is that a thing? Like, is that a real thing? There's no. Is that like a little real? Is that like real? I'm scanning. I'm scanning. Oh my goodness. Oh, Darwin. Darwin Nolan, my heart sank. My absolute heart sank. I was like, no. Oh, no way. Hooly dooly. All right, while I'm doing this, oh my goodness. I thought that was for it. I thought the way you wrote that, Steelers signing Aaron Rodgers 1 year, $22 million. I was like, man, we got Aaron Rodgers. Hooly dooly. I still don't. I hope he doesn't. I don't know. I guess I got to bite the bullet when he does sign, and I got to, trust the organization. But I just don't want. I'd rather see someone else, play. All right. What I'll do in the meantime, because I thought that was like actual legit. You're like, damn, dude, he signed. Let's try. I'm going to invite the fellas, Shano and Bubba, and see where they're at in terms of if they want to come on the show and talk some football. But dude, I thought you were like legit. Too legit to quit. I was like, man, because I was just talking about breaking news, and I was like, oh, breaking news, this has happened. Next minute, and that came on. Holy smokes! Just shows you how like sensitive today can be when you tweet something out or like a story comes up. It's like, oh my, did that happen? So, oh my goodness. And I know the rumors are pretty strong, and I have heard the Steelers have offered him a contract, which could be a big possibility, right? Holy dooly, that's crazy, man. Alrighty, so if you're out there, Bubba and Shane, you're listening, come on the show. I've sent you an invite. I'll try and give you a message as well. And like I said, if you guys are part of Holy Dooly University, the 3rd tier membership program, there will be a spot near the end of the show to call in, because we're live right now. Like there's free agents still signing. They'll keep signing into midnight. You know what I mean? They'll be here for a long time. It's like the first time I've actually really enjoyed, being motivated again, even though it's a sad day, but being motivated again about the Steelers because things are actually fucking happening. Like we have signed DK Metcalf, a 27-year-old receiver who's, built like a brick shit house. Like he's huge, right? So, things are actually moving and we can actually have conversations about what is happening with our Steelers. Alrighty. So I've sent them out. See if they come on. In the meantime, let's go back to some questions. Sorry, some comments. Holy dooly, dude. Threw me for a loop. G'day, Steeler Girl. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going on? What's going to happen? Oh, I'm all over the shop. That could be a thing too. Yeah, so let me go back to my tweets. Darwin, I thought that was real. I thought, dude, that was real. There you go. There's another one too. So Giants are re-signing Darius Slayton for a 3-year deal. So there's no more Darius Slayton talk to the Steelers. That's a good move by the Giants, to be honest. And now they need a quarterback too. So there could be a possibility that the Rodgers could go to New York Giants. He's already a Jet. He already lives in New York. So he could also be a Jet. Before I scroll through these Twitters, I'm going to scroll through ones I tweeted out before. We had here, former Steelers quarterback Josh Dobbs has signed a 2-year deal with New England, which could set up a Joe Milton trade. So that's interesting. Kenny Pickett I'll come back to in just a second because the Browns are traded for Kenny Pickett. That's kind of wild. Here we go. Aaron Smith says here, and this is more directed at me. Can you guys see this? Yeah, you can. This is more directed at me. So Aaron Smith says to fans like me, if you let who is starting quarterback determine if you watch the Steelers next season, I'm going to assume you were born / become a fan while Ben was a starter. That's kind of true. Kind of true. I got through Mike Malone, Bobby Brister, Mike Tomczak, Kent Graham, and others. This too shall pass. And is that like the real Aaron Smith? I don't know. Is that? No, that's not. No, that's not. That's not even. Hang on. That's not even like the actual. Not that Aaron Smith. It's a fan Aaron Smith, but he's kind of true. Urinating Tree says here, if the Steelers sign Rodgers, I would die and die again. So, oh man. Chargers have also picked up cornerback Dante Jackson to a 2-year deal. But on the flip side, the Steelers have signed Darius Slay to be, I think he's the veteran cornerback, and he's like 32 years of age from Philadelphia. He won it last year. He was a bloke too that threw the punch at Darnell. So that's quite interesting. And I'll go back to that in a second. I said there's some reports here from Dov Clement, whoever that bloke is from NFL. Aaron Rodgers getting close to signing a contract with the Steelers. I hope not. You send me a tweet, like a message. Okay. Free agent cornerback Dante Jackson and the Chargers reached a 2-year deal. So shout out to him, man. He played pretty good for us. He got 4 or 5 interceptions. Just maybe Steelers didn't see a long-term solution with him. So Steelers lose Dan Moore, Donnie Jackson, Justin Fields. The contract's worth $135, and they're getting back some picks. There is Steelers have re-signed Ryan McCollum to a 1-year deal, giving Pittsburgh the interior line depth, and he started 2 games while Frazier was hurt. So that's a pretty good pickup as well. Frazier, your center, Zach Frazier, year 2. Ryan McCollum, backup center. That's a good move for the Steelers. You know, it's not a sexy move like DK getting that massive deal. He signs a $1.1 million contract, and DK Metcalf signs a $150 million contract. So it's different. It's kind of crazy in that sense, isn't it? It's really crazy in that sense where players like, you know, a backup, of course, he's a backup center. He gets $1.1 million to play football and train and work out and, you know, do all the things that everyone else is doing. And yeah, superstar DK Metcalf gets a massive deal for $150 million over 5 years. So come on back up to here. This is the part I want to talk about too. Yeah, Warren is signed, McCollum signed, and they released I think we're almost caught up, to be honest. I think we're almost caught up to getting talking about the news that is happening if anything else goes live. I think we're caught up. All right, now we're near Kenny Pickett. So this one, hang on. This, I don't know, man. I know that the Steelers don't have a quarterback, but this was odd to me. Dante was terrible in coverage. Yeah, there were certain times he got burned, but he did have 4 and 5 interceptions. Yes, that's the next one I'm going to talk about too, because he's a linebacker, right, for the Ravens. But this bloke here too, Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is now a part of the AFC North again. So the trade is Eagles are trading away Kenny Pickett to the Cleveland Browns for a 2025 pick, 5th round, and QB Dorian Thompson-Robinson. DTR. So Kenny Pickett was traded last year, as you know, from the Steelers to Philadelphia. I can't remember what it was for. Was it a 6th round pick or a 5th? So now he's been traded again to the Browns. So it's funny how things work out in that sense, where I was high on Kenny Pickett and hoping he could be the next franchise guy. Didn't work out. Now as a Cleveland Brown, possibility if the Browns go and draft a Sanders, or if they go and get, I've heard reports about getting Cam Ward to be their quarterback from the draft. And I don't know these quarterbacks from a bar or so, but I do know that the Browns could be a possibility to get them. Then Kenny Pickett would be a Cleveland Brown quarterback number 2. And I guarantee you that Kenny Pickett, we got a 3rd? Wow. We got a 3rd for Kenny Pickett? Wow, okay. I guarantee you, yeah. I guarantee you that Kenny Pickett at some stage, somehow, some way, he will play, like he'll play for the Browns. Like there's going to be a way that the Browns quarterback number 1, whoever it is, because we don't even know ours yet, and that's the exciting time, Kenny Pickett is going to play for the Browns, whether that be injury or if the QB1 in front of him sucks and it isn't playing well, or their arms hurt, or they're tired, or they throw 4 or 5 picks in the game. Kenny Pickett will play a Brown snap. I guarantee you. The way the Browns do the way the organization rolls, they'll feed in Winston and Deshaun Watson. He's still there, so I don't know what they're going to go for that direction. But Kenny Pickett will play a snap. He won't just sit on the bench like Rudolph did or whatnot. He'll definitely play a snap. Yeah, they're in a bad spot, and that's why too, Darwin. If you want here, I talked about the other day. I talked about here, it was, the Cleveland Browns re-signed Myles Garrett, right? They bring him back, and I haven't been a fan of him since that helmet incident where he tried to knock over Rudolph. So they brought him back. He said to the NFL, I want to go win championships. I want to go win Super Bowls. Goodbye, Cleveland. F you. I don't want to be a part of your organization. Oh, hang on a minute. You're going to pay me $50 million a year. For a certain time, I think it was the highest paid non-quarterback contract in NFL history. I'm not too sure if that's been outdone by now, because obviously, Josh Allen got a big contract as well. And he was like, oh, wait a minute, I'll come back and play. It'll be heaps fun. I'll come back and be a Cleveland Brown. So zero respect for Myles Garrett, man. I think it's silly. I think there's no way he's winning championships without a quarterback, and the way how the Browns do business. And in saying that, the fact that they went and traded for Kenny Pickett is kind of funny. Of course, to be QB2. And with all respect, I hope he does well. Go out there, have a bit of a laugh. But it would be pretty funny too to see the same time Steelers versing Kenny Pickett in a game. That would be pretty hilarious. Hooly dooly. We can talk about that soon as well, because I think TJ will get his money. I don't want to see them trade away TJ. That's for sure. Hooly dooly. Let me see what else I've got. We might take a quick little break because I need a water. I've been speaking too fast. I'm too excited. And then I'm going to see where Bubba and Shane are. Try and get them on if they're not busy. And we talk more about what's been happening, man, because the Steelers need to find a quarterback pretty much. So I think that's all that. I think I pretty much caught everything up. And it was that Malik Harrison, he signed a deal, all right? So let me go to the Twitter. Take this away. I think he signed a deal and he was a former. Oh, I wish I could repeat myself 46, but I can't. I just talked all about it. All about it. Hurley do it. Can anyone please in one comment catch up 46 in what we just talked about for like 41 minutes? Holy smokes. Derpy, yeah, one sec, mate. Where is it? You sent me a message? Oh, no way. Okay, so the Chargers are pursuing Steelers free agent running back Najee Harris. Hope to close a deal per insiders. Deal is not done yet, but the Chargers would be a big addition to add Najee Harris. I don't mind that move. That's a good move. That's a good spot for the Chargers and Justin Herbert and that kind of offense. And their crazy coach, the Harbaugh. So that's a good move. Yeah, now I'm going to try and find recent news that's been happening. So thank you, Derby, for sending me that. And all I really do now is reset my my Twitter, and hopefully I find I find news that was happening, because there's a lot. And the big thing is now, like, what do the Steelers do at quarterback? That's what we try and think about, you know. And this could be a tomorrow situation as well. This could be I just saw something funny. This could be a tomorrow situation where the Steelers make a move on, or they announce, or, you know, if Rodgers has been cut or traded or whatever it may be, they announce that. So it's just crazy, man. It's this today, like they call this the non-tampering period, but it really is free agent. Like, it starts now. It technically starts in 2 days' time, but all the stuff comes out this day and tomorrow. It just goes absolutely wild. Wild. That's insane. And everyone's talking about, Rodgers to the Steelers, and that's the best fit. All those kind of things. So let me have a quick break, and I'll play some music or something like that. He's still a Jet. He'll be released on Wednesday. Well, if that's the case, the Steelers are probably waiting till then. So that would mean if they were going to get him, they're going to wait till then and then pick him up. But yeah, no worries. So just got back from the gym. Yeah, pretty much the Steelers have signed Warren, signed Ryan McCollum for 1 year. They Dante Jackson is now I forget. He went somewhere else. Dante Jackson, I can't remember. He went, where did he go? And Justin Fields is now a New York Jet. Dan Moore is a Titan. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Okay, let me have a bit of water and I'll come right back. Bit of water. I'll be right back, and back.
I'm speaking. Can you hear me? Can you ask me a question? Yes.
That's how I feel today. That's how I feel. Got to do a haircut. I feel like just a bit overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot been happening. If you guys got any questions in the chat, let me know. What was clickbait? The deal is already in. The deal. You think there's a real deal? So Darwin says there's a real deal in place. Already 1 million, 1 year, 22 million guaranteed. But I don't want that. I don't want the Steelers to do a 1 year thing. I'm sick of the 1 year things. I don't like that. I don't want to see Rodgers play for 1 year and then retire. What's he gonna like? Are we gonna run off into the sunset? Is Aaron Rodgers, and we can point this at 45 minutes in, is Aaron Rodgers going to sign for the Steelers for a 1 year contract, $22 million, and take us to Super Bowl 60 and win it, and he retires? Don't think so. I'll play that back if we do it. I just don't think it's going to happen. Deontay's the Charger. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes there's just so much going on. Charger, exactly right. So, yeah, I just don't know if that's going to be. But then at the same time, Russell Wilson hasn't signed yet. So where does he go? Yeah, there are a lot of. There's been a shit ton of rumors. This week. Yeah, if anything, I want to. If it is Rodgers, like, I just feel like the Steelers need to have a plan to sign their quarterback for 2 years, 3 years, not a 1 year deal. Then we go through this whole thing next week. You think Wilson's going to the Giants? I don't know. I've heard reports about the Rodgers going to the Giants as well. So there's reports around that too. It's, you know what too? It's almost so much news to. Someone just said source Myles Garrett wants Cleveland out. No, Myles Garrett wants out of Cleveland again. Well, that's just, you know, that's not legitimate. But there's almost so many different storylines now. Like, you go from nothing to everything at once. You know, it's absolutely wild. But I still am, like, I'm pretty happy with the DK, DK Metcalf, the receiver 2 thing. It depends what the Steelers will do now in terms of, George Pickens, but that's an upgrade. Getting a great receiver, wearing number 14. I think he's like what, 27 years of age. Oh, that's what I was trying to. I was trying to find Malik Harris. What happened there? Malik Harrison. I think I've heard the report. He's got a contract as well. So linebacker Malik Harrison agrees to a 2-year, $10 million deal for a second straight year. The Ravens lose one of their linebackers to a division rival. Harrison reportedly agrees to the Steelers, joining former teammate Patrick Queen. Now, I don't know too much about Harrison. Like, is he a good player, hard hitter? If he's like Elliott, thank you. Let's sign him up. Yeah, I want to see someone like, I would say Pickens is wearing 14, and possibility, do you give number 4? Because Kyle Allen used to wear 4. Is that going to, I don't know. Is that going to DK Metcalf? Rotational inside linebacker. So that means, is he taken, to me, this signing would mean that Harrison is, by the way, a great name because of, Debo Harrison. Is he taking Elena Roberts' job? Because Cole Holcomb's coming back from injury. You've got Patrick Queen. You've got Wilson at linebacker. So he's going to be the 4th guy. And possibly you keep Mark Robinson on the team for special teams to be the 5th guy. Okay, could be teams and depth signing. Malik is the 3rd linebacker for the Ravens and plays. Right. So he that's what I thought. I thought Malik Harrison. And look, guys, I got to do some research now. Like, I'm pumped up. I'm fucking ready to go. Like, it's been a crazy day with stuff going on. But I'm like, I need to go and like watch highlights of DK Metcalf, watch highlights of Malik Harrison, because once they're a Pittsburgh Steeler, it's go time. It's on fire right now. Like, I want to go watch, see what he did as the Raven, and then we got another. That's 3 Ravens, dude. Is that 3? No, plus Jeremiah Moon. He's on their team as well. So Malik Harrison, let's look at his stats. Like, I just don't have. Sometimes I haven't got time. Like, I used to when I was a kid. I had so much time to follow all the NFL. I watch all the highlights, but now I don't have not much time as I used to. But now I'm trying to follow Steelers stuff. So Malik Harrison is 27 years of age, 2020 round 3 draft pick from Ohio State. Born in 1989, 115 kilos, whatever that's for you guys. And stat-wise, he's played with the Ravens for 5 years, 174 tackles. So, yeah, it must be that rotational piece. 2 sacks, no fumbles, no interceptions, and he has 1 pass deflection. So he must be the guy. Yeah, the guy is going to be like a 4th down or, a 4th depth chart kind of bloke that is rotational piece. And if Leonard Roberts wants more money, maybe he's your hard-hitting guy. And I like the fact now the Steelers are getting a lot of Baltimore Ravens because they are physical. And that's now Deshaun Elliott. That's Queen. That's his bloke here too. So welcome to the family. Welcome to the black and gold, man. That's cool. I can't. I can't. I'm so excited. I can't. God, Zooks. I love that too, by the way. I love that. You know what? I probably should because we are going for a long time today. We're going to it starts to calm down in Fred's period, you know? But yeah, Gadzooks. Yeah, I used to love that. Okay. That's awesome. So Malik plays like Roberts, but cheaper and younger and often injured. Okay, fair call. Pickett to the Browns. Yeah, young Atlanta. I used to love the dude. Atlanta Roberts did well for us too. He played quite well. He played quite well for 2 years. And that partnership with Roberts and Queen. But I guess now you've got the partnership too with Queen and Harrison and the partnership with the other blokes there. Wilson. So it's going to be fun. This should be a fun Steelers defensive roster. Now that they've got, do we call him Big Play Slay? We called him, William Gay was Big Play Will Gay. And I guess on the Steelers roster now, Peyton Wilson, he's middle linebacker. Queen, Holcomb, he's coming back from injury. That should be fun to watch. They're already penciled in Malik, Harrison, Baltimore. Yeah, Darius Slay. They've got him, I think, at like maybe I've heard some saying like slot corner. They're not going to bring back Cameron Sutton or anything like that. That's not going to happen. Joey Porter. So, there's still a lot of pieces to move around. That's for sure. So really what I'm seeing is in my, I use our lads for the roster. I've got Metcalf. He signed. Malik Harrison. He signed from Baltimore. Darius Slade Jr. from Philly, Super Bowl champion. And they agreed terms with Warren. So there's still quite a few pieces to fill. 100%. Holy dooly. I can't believe that. That's quite crazy to me that he's actually Brown. Roberts is 31. So 46. Apparently that Najee is going to the Chargers. He's definitely going to the Chargers. That's been a rumor or a source out there. Let me go back to the Twitter. Wow, that's crazy. Is that the real? Oh no, okay. Tom Pelissero says linebacker Malik Harrison to the Steelers 2-year deal. So he must be used on some rotational basis. I think they're going to have, Queen and maybe Holcomb, and I think they'll feed in Wilson a lot too. They'll feed him in a lot. Yeah, Najee is apparently going to the Chargers. So Ian reports the Chargers are pursuing Steelers free agent running back Najee Harris and close to a deal. The insiders deal is not done yet. Great. This is a crazy day. This is like where everyone just goes everywhere. It's like, And for me, from my perspective, I miss everything. So I've been catching up the last 2 hours. Like I miss it all. I woke up this morning, I tweeted everything. I miss everything. It's insane. And you almost forget that you kind of signed the player DK Metcalf as well. So all right. Anyone else got any? Does anyone else know any breaking news? You guys know any breaking news? I'm just retweeting, refreshing. So Travaris Ward is the latest of the ball agreeing to a 3-year, $60 million deal with the Colts. But yeah, anyone else know any more news that's happened? I'll come back to the comments. Oh, we do it. So you tell me there's a chance. I don't mind that move. I think the Harbaugh he wants to run that kind of style too. He's very physical. They want to play running football like his brother. Jake West says, I'd be okay, not happy if we signed a 1-year deal and draft show. He's the guy who's been he's reported the quarterback that apparently is the best chance to start straight away, I guess, because he's a bit older quarterback. Chubb or Javonte Williams, please. I would hope the Steelers, if they reached out to the Browns, and I think he's going to be cut or whatever it may be. I think he's a free agent, but if Nick Chubb is healthy, go and sign him. Go and sign him to a 2-year deal. Go and put, I don't know, $7 million a year or something like that. I have no idea. Go and whatever is fair for a running back price. Sign him to Nick Chubb to be a Steeler. I think Nick Chubb Warren would be that big punch coming from a gruesome injury that was Minkah Fitzpatrick, where he didn't hit him illegally or dirty, but yeah, definitely if he's healthy and can play. And what did he wear? Number 24? We don't have a 24 on the roster, right? I think he wore 24. So that would remind us of Benny Snell Jr. But yeah, go and get him. Still just breaking news. I have to ice my knee after my workout today. Too hard. Alrighty, guys. So it doesn't look like that Bubba and Shannon come on the show. So in the next 10 minutes, if I know Gene, you want to come on the show and say hello, and we're going to talk back and forth. I don't know if Bubba's coming on yet, but we are just going to keep going and keep talking football. So if you want to come back in 5 minutes, we'll be here for the whole 3 hours. Fantastic. I do invite, please, everyone from Hooley Dooley University in the Hooley Dooley level. So level number 3. Sources are wrong. Benny Snell, he's not there. Okay, all right. I do want to invite people from Hooley Dooley, the 3rd tier. Need to be a 3rd tier member, and I'll send you the link somehow, some way to jump on the show. And I think Gene wants to come on and talk football. It's going to be a good catch up. I got today off, so we're just going hard in the paint. But that is funny, man. That is funny. When I ran past that person in the comment, I said, Joey Porter's going to wear number 24. He said, nah, that's for Snell. Snell's going to wear 24. I said, Snell's not even on the team. He's not even on the fucking team, mate. If Rogers comes to Pittsburgh, my voice broke. If Rogers comes to Pittsburgh, have him hit the blocking sled first. How many curse words am I allowed on live? I don't know. You just can't say them too much in a row. Too many in a row. So let me try and get Gene on the show first. He can be our first guest. And then wait a minute. We'll explore the other possibilities, other ideas. Hold up. Alan Saunders says, LA Rams, this will be crazy. LA Rams will release receiver Cooper Kupp if he's not traded by Wednesday afternoon per Adam Schefter on ESPN. Would not rule out Steelers looking for another receiver. That would be someone to go and pick up for another vet. Cooper Kupp, DK Metcalf, Pickens, Austin, Roman Wilson. That's a much better receiving call than it was last year. So, yeah, let me bring you on the show. It could be a possibility, man. It could be a possibility. I'm really pumped up, really excited today what's happening, and I'm going to invite, let me send it to you via Discord. But yeah, you have to be a Hooley Dooley member to come on. Where are you, dude? Where are you, mate? And now it helps me because I can calm down now. I don't have to I talk so fast because I'm just so excited with things happening. You know what I mean? All right. Cup is linked to the Ravens. Interesting. Yes, so I will be doing, g'day Jake. I will be doing 2 days. I won't be doing the Sunday. My apologies. I won't be doing the Saturday. I'll be doing the Thursday USA time. And also the Friday. Is that your draft? Yeah, Thursday and Friday, day 1 and day 2. I won't be doing day 3 because the day 3 is just too early for me. I wake up at like 2 a.m. It's way too early. Yeah, it's way too early. So, but I even saw too, yeah, having to throw over the middle of the cup along with Frymouth would be fantastic. But at the same time, they went and got that bloke, yeah, Donald Parham Jr. He's a tight end. I think he's going to rotate into the tight ends. I think Connor Haywood might be on the out. I think Connor Haywood won't come back. And I feel like it's going to be Frymouth, Darnell Washington, get him the ball. And it's funny because we're saying all these things, all these receivers are pass catchers, and the Steelers don't have a quarterback, right? So maybe it very well could be Rodgers. I don't know. It could be Rodgers. But you've got Frymouth, Darnell Washington, and Parham Jr. There's a fair few things happening from that sense. Hooly dooly. I need a water, guys. I'm just there's just so much going on. So much going on. Hang on. 1 sec. I even invited Matty too, but he might be working. Could be working. Holy dooly. So it's a wild day. What is your favorite for Steeler fans out there? What's your favorite move so far? Is it the obvious that is DK Metcalf? Is it the favorite move? Do you think that's is that the best one? Because we obviously only got limited moves so far, but to me that's the biggest one. It would be Rodgers, Tomlin and Rodgers. They definitely do. I remember that a few years ago. They had the sideline discussion, back and forth. So I just don't like his character. I don't like the way that Rodgers is, but I can't control the team. I got to support the team no matter who. I'll be angry that if they go and get it, but I'm not going to go put up billboards or, I'm not going to go into disbanding the team or the Steelers because Rodgers is it. DK for sure. Yeah, 100%. It's the biggest one so far, right? It might be the biggest. It might be the biggest free agent signing in a long time. We had Patrick Queen last year, but that's a pretty solid move. The Steelers don't do stuff like that, and now you've gone and sent a second round pick for DK to come in. Crazy. G'day, what's going on? Yeah, I can't send it. I don't like him either. So there are a lot of fans like that though. A lot of fans don't like Rodgers, and the Steelers are probably going to sign him. It does seem like it's going that direction, Jay Quest says his favorite move is Kenny Pickett to the Browns. JF2 was the best move that forces Rodgers out. As in JF2, Justin Fields 2 moving to the Jets. And there's even crazy things like you look around the NFL and I wonder if I can go to a certain page. Oh, no, I can go to a certain page. Oh, that's what I'll do. There's one bloke out there who tracks every single one. 1 second. His name's is it Ari something? He tracks every single thing. Wait, no, it's Dan Moore. This guy tracks every single move you could think of. I had him up before. Let me find him. Because I know a lot of them do too, but the one of the blokes I follow, he does every single move. It's like one big list. But how things can change so fast, eh? I thought they were going to bring back Justin Fields, and they weren't doing it because they kept going longer and longer and longer and longer, and there was no, they wanted to find out better deals. They definitely did. They found a much better deal than our deal, and now the Steelers don't have a quarterback still. But in time, you're not going to go into the season without a quarterback. And I guess whoever they get, not everyone's going to agree on too. That's one thing as well. I can't remember this dude's name. He tracks. Oh, here it is. Ari Mirov. Yeah, this guy here. I'll bring him up. Wes says, I've been missed. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. Ari Mirov, dude. He does everything. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think Big Ben. Yeah, it might be different too when he's your quarterback. I remember Matty Peverill said to me one time, I think it was him who said to me, what would you do if Aaron Rodgers was your quarterback? I was like, I guess you'd have to cheer him on, right? So look, whatever happens. I would prefer him not to be a Steeler, but we'll see. I went missing MIA last 5 games of the season. Bought a new house, was busy. Then Steelers started losing, so I checked out. That's fair enough. At least you're back west. Alrighty, let's look at Ari Mirov, dude. He tracks everything, dude. Absolutely every single move. So he works for what, NFL? I don't know, does he? So some of these players I don't even know too. To be honest, I don't even know who that is. I don't watch enough NFL now. I legit don't even know who Dre Greenlaw is. Couldn't tell you. Broncos are signing former 49ers Dre Greenlaw. Have no idea. Panthers free agency so far. They've signed Trevor Moehrig. I think he's a safety. Wharton D tackle. Bobby Brown D tackle. Patrick Jones. Couldn't tell you most of these guys. I wish I had more time and I was younger again. Back in when I first started watching football, I watched so much of it, I didn't stop. Yeah, Giants re-signing Darius Slayton. Good move for them. They got to find a quarterback. That's why I said that Rodgers is now being linked to them as well. Zach Wilson is signing a 1-year deal with the Dolphins. That's interesting. Josh Dobbs at Patriots. There you go. There's a few blokes there. Yeah, he does every single one, man. He's crazy. There's this money flowing around everywhere. Zach Wilson to the Dolphins to be a backup, number 2. So he's a backup behind Tua, and he might play games, to be honest, as well. Zach Wilson, he might play games. And Gene's here in a minute. I'll bring Gene up in a minute. But yeah, Zach Wilson, he might play games because Tua could definitely be injured. It's crazy. All righty, Gene, let me put my headphones in. I'll bring you on. You good to go? Hang on. Hold up. Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones doesn't have no team yet. All right, so we got celebrity superstar Gene coming in the house. What's going on, Gene? How are you, mate?
Get my pirate stuff on.
When do they start?
Soon. But here's the crazy thing. I already got 2 games lined out. So
you got what? You going to 2 games?
So far. Probably go to 20 this year, but Paul Skeens night, April 19th. It's Paul Skeens.
Do they give out bobbleheads too and stuff like that? T-shirts and stuff?
Skeens night.
Oh, is that why you want to go to that one?
Yeah, so it's a 4:00 game. So my brother-in-law calls me and he's like, "Hey, we're going. I got you tickets. So we're to go down there, but we're only going to get the bobbleheads. We might roll in and out of the gate. It's 20,000 bobbleheads for 30,000 fans, 36,000
wait,
fans.
You're saying you might walk in and then walk out?
Grab the bobblehead.
You might legit
yeah.
Thank you.
Ghost it. I'd watch him for an inning or two because he wants to drive 2 hours away to get pizza. This is not a joke. And there's a bar.
Is it good pizza?
It's pretty decent, but the bar beside it's I think he's trying to match his Steelers the opening day total for him buying drinks was $35 for the whole bar twice.
Wow.
So he wants to see if it's more or less. And I'm like, you're retarded. We barely made it home last time. But
wow. So I've got the fellas back. I've got the fellas backstage too, Shane and Bubba as well.
Before
they come on though, Bubba and Shane, if you want to stream to your thing too, feel free. Welcome if you want to, Bubba, if you're there. But yeah, we'll bring them on now. I don't know what happens if I do this.
You can kick me out if you need to.
No. You stay here. You stay here. Let me see if I do this and that. Oh, it's just full screen. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, a lot. So what's up? What's up?
Oh, just all kinds of crazy, man. Things are happening around the NFL. It's insane.
Yeah, we just had a quick show, me and Shane, and we had a lot of questions and a lot of stuff not being answered. But I'm happy. Hi, Gene. How are you?
Hey.
I'm happy with. We just don't have a goddamn quarterback yet. But
yeah, but I think it will figure itself out. I think over time, it has to. It has to soon. The next few days has to.
Don't sweat the small stuff, Bubba.
You know what someone said on our show, me and Shane, when we were doing it. Someone says we're going to get a quarterback that has a Super Bowl ring. Don't know.
Rodgers or Wilson?
Yeah, it's like saying you're going to get a quarterback that has a dong.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. What else, fellas? What else has been standing out, Shane, for you this last day? It's been a crazy day.
Well, I just can't believe they pulled the trigger on Metcalf. I mean, that if you're selling Steelers swag down in the Strip District, you just got a big old permanent grin because for the next 4 years you're going to be selling that. I hope it's number 14.
5 years.
5 years. There you go.
150 million.
So 2029 is we're looking 5 years, baby.
It's the biggest contract I think the Steelers have ever done. I think so. That's what I've heard.
Non-quarterback, but it's bigger than Ben's.
Oh, non-quarterback. Okay. Yeah,
but it's bigger than Ben's though.
I think Ben's was
weird.
Was Ben 100 million? Wasn't it 100? Over 100? 110 or 120?
But it's going to happen though because money's getting bigger anyway, so they're always going to get. It's like the records when they're now almost playing 18 games and they're getting 5,000 yards. Well, it's easier because of more games. So it's always going to happen.
So Afton, I don't think they're going to make GP give up his number. I think they'll make, unless he leaves.
He might buy it from him. I don't. You never know what happens.
I think Metcalf is going to take a new number.
Let's start there, fellas. I got a famous saying of going around the room, which was, I don't know if Dante's in the chat or Yuli, but let's go around the room. Let's start there because the Steelers have offered a massive contract to DK Metcalf. Gene, do you think the Steelers are in a position now to trade away GP, and would you want them to?
Position 2, yes. I think they keep him for a year. And here's my only issue with is it going to be drama? That's the only thing. And so whose drama is going to be worse? I don't think you trade GP away. I mean, but he has to learn. I mean, it sucks to say lapdog, but you got to be a lapdog to the system. You have to do your part. Now, Metcalf will punch people out. You know what I mean? He's a physical, wide receiver.
He did fight someone, right? Didn't he fight
dude, everyone.
Wasn't he? He fights the cornerbacks, right? All the time.
Yeah. So I like him. I say keep GP, let GP learn a little bit, but hopefully it's not toxic.
Yeah, 100%. Let me just quickly interrupt here. So Steelers Dynasty podcast as well. We are live on Steelers Nation Australia. Fellas, I don't know about you. I'm going to go for a while because we have a lot to talk about, and also there are things could be happening, and I don't want to miss them. I thought that there was a company before that.
I probably should put on NFL Network. I probably should. I don't.
Yeah, we need something, mate. Because I've had Darwin Noel in the chat say that Rodgers would be signing a contract. I thought it was now, but he was hoping to, or was like it could be a chance. So anytime we see Steelers sign, I'm going to lose my mind. But yeah, we are also live on
If they
Steelers.
sign Aaron Rodgers, your mind is going to be blown, and I don't know how the three of us are going to be handling you when you.
Well, I read a comment that already was in. I was like, no.
We're going to
guys. It's just gonna.
We're gonna go. We're gonna get Mark back over here. We're gonna go to the caves out in Western Virginia. We're gonna eat mushrooms. We're gonna do.
Yeah, I have to do mushrooms. Yeah, and then dark retreat. Jesus. But yeah, big shout out to you fellas down the bottom doing great work. Is Bubba and Shane. If you haven't seen them before, Bubba on the left hand corner, Shane on the right. Steelers Dynasty podcast doing great things, talking football, and you guys are now live too on your show. Talking Steelers football. So I'll go to Shane around the room. GP, is he a chance to be traded away? Now we have a big signing that is DK Metcalf.
Well, I'm going to play a clip, and it's just going to be audio because we don't want to get in the timeout, But this is what Coach Tomlin was saying about Metcalf when we were playing against them. So, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
See if I can get this rascal going.
I think I heard this on the NFL Films today.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
He is, man. He is. He'll hustle some now. Don't sleep on him. He can't hustle some. He is, man. He is. He'll hustle
A lot of swearing.
So, if you didn't hear it, he's a hustling son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was for DK Metcalf, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think he's going to fit well into the Steelers because that play he ran down he ran down Boot. Was it Boot or Baker?
Yeah.
He ran him down for 90 yards, did not give up on the field and chase him down to get a tackle.
You don't
so
think Pickett doing that. And that's why I think, and it's tying into what what you said, Gene. I think they trade Pickens because they might actually get something for him.
Mm-hmm.
He fills that void. You draft a young receiver to play number 2, and then you see what happens.
Do you think they wait till the trade deadline? They're just like, hey, man, get gone. Because we have them for this year.
Yeah, they have, but you don't get anything for him after if you wait till the end of the year. Try to get something for him. Maybe even if it's a 4th round pick, 3rd round pick, get something for him.
That's what people are saying, 4th or 5th. That's what he's worth. And then
what do you?
Hell of a player. He has the talent. He has a shit attitude. F for effort. A for athleticism. Other than that, he's not gonna mix well with another alpha. And Metcalf is an alpha.
He's a super alpha.
It's gonna be like a wet fart in church. You're just sliding off the pew, hoping no one sees that big brown mess coming down your pants. That's what's happening if you have both number 14s on the roster.
All right.
I said it.
So you're saying, Shane, if you have 2 14s, you have 2 alphas, they just can't. It just won't work out overall.
Yeah, Metcalf will eat him for freaking lunch. It's Pickens is going to just be sitting there.
Won't that be good though for Pickens' development, or maybe for his character to take a step back?
It's it's like teaching a stone to jump or a frog to fly. It just ain't going to happen, no matter how much you clap.
But Shane, don't you think DK would look at him and be like, "Hey, man, you want to make my kind of money?"
No, I don't think Pickens is bright enough to pick up what they're putting down. He's just a dipshit. He's an athletic dipshit, but you just can't coach. You can't coach stupid. You can't fix it.
All right, so Shane's going hard in the paint on Pickens here. Bubba, do you agree with that assessment that they kind of 2 alphas in the room and they should trade away Pickens?
I don't think they would trade him because I just look at this with both of them on the field. You got Freiermuth, you got Warren in the backfield, maybe somebody else now. You got Roman Wilson. Like, our offense could be just great in that AFC North. I mean, we could just pound everybody by passing. Just, I don't know who's throwing it to him. But also, too, if Pickens has an attitude, DK will take him in a locker room and just pound the shit out of him. It's like, look, just knock it off. This is what you're going to do. You're not going to take any laxing plays. You're going to be coming to practice. You're going to show up to a game not 20 minutes before. He's never had that kind of veteran presence. So that he got to do whatever he wanted to do the last couple of years. Now, DK's not going to put up with that. And like Gene says, he's got a bad attitude anyway. So this year, just let them coexist. Let them both get over 10 touchdowns, and over 1,000 yards. I'd be happy with that.
I can see both. I can see both ways. I can see what J was saying here is DK and GP are like the Bash Bros from the Mighty Ducks would be quite fun to watch, right? And I can also see the other opposite side. What Shane is saying, maybe not calling him a DS, but what for me would be if you trade him away, you get value back, get a receiver in the 2nd or 3rd round. Then you have a younger guy on young contract. Don't need to pay that guy a big money because Pickens, I think, will need big money in the future or next year. So there could be a possibility just based on like contract terms that you trade him away, get back value, then you would pick up a receiver because Pickens probably wants big money, right? If you don't give him big money, Shane, won't he be pissed off?
Now he's going to want that DK money. He's going to be like,
he's not worth that DK money though, Shane.
No, he's not. I mean, best case,
but he's still going to want it though.
Gene and Bubba are saying best case scenario, both guys line up. He had, Pickens is like, I want to get that cash. He has a great year, but he's going to get in his own way. It's not going to happen. And here's the thing: the Steelers don't have a quarterback, even if they get Aaron Rodgers that can just sling the ball to 3 different guys. There's not going to be enough coin, not going to be enough praise, not going to be enough balls or possessions because the Steelers have been known and will still be known for running the rock. And they're gonna use Warren and whoever they draft, and they're gonna run the rock. They're gonna, if they have Wilson, it's just run first. That's just the way the Steelers are. I hate to say it. Even when Ben was here and they had the triple Bs and we had AB, they were still handing that ball off quite a bit.
So just one thing here, Mark says, I think the Steelers need to go and get Darius Slayton to be a third receiver. He's now, in fact, a Giant, a New York Giant, so that's off the cards. I think we are walking into territory, though, where the Steelers have signed a big-time receiver, and they might have pulled. George Pickens was announced by Claypool to be the next receiver. This might be, honestly, this could be, a really good take that the Steelers just can't afford to have two big-time receivers, ego-wise, money-wise, on the team, and you get back value. What do you think, Gene?
I disagree because look at San Francisco. I mean, they had two big timers. Get 4 years in a row? Two big timers, 4 or 5, and just slammed. And so I guess like getting the ring is more important sometimes, but if it's not 4 years, I don't know. I think you keep them both as hard as you can. But my other question, like going back to that, is who do you get rid of? Is Austin the third gone? Are these other guys gone? Who's going away?
I bet you Van's gonna go.
Because you need,
apparently he went to my apologies. No, he's still a free agent, so he won't come back. It's George Pickens, Metcalf, Austin, and Roman Wilson is the only guys on the roster. 4 at the moment.
Calvin Austin is a fantastic receiver, and he there's no issues with him. I think he's a perfect puzzle piece to go into the offense. Freiermuth, Calvin Austin third, and DK. Pickens, I'm sorry, but pack your shit. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, let's say, Shano, painting a great picture, by the way. Just a great picture.
You should have said that from the get-go.
Let's say that DK Metcalf was not signed. Would you have offered George Pickens a contract to be the guy?
No. I would have went to the draft, wished, I always say on the show, it's like a scratch off, and you just there's some good receivers in the draft, super athletic. They might not have the length of Pickens. Pickens is lanky, has some reach, has some vertical, but there's some good receivers that can get you by until you get that guy. But he's not gonna. The juice isn't gonna be worth the squeeze if he wants Metcalf money, and that's what in his mind. He comes late. He doesn't put the work in.
He's not a team player.
AB was on Joe Rogan, and he looked like the guy from Tropic Thunder that whatever his name is. Robert Downey.
I heard different, Shane. I heard Pickens puts the work in. Like I heard he's there.
No, he's not like AB. AB was the first guy there, the last guy to leave. Now AB was batshit crazy after Burfict knocked him in the next week, but it is what it is. We just need a guy. Metcalf's that guy now. They've opened the checkbooks up, and can you believe the Steelers wrote a check for a guy
like this right now?
$150 million.
You go back to Kevin Green. No, sorry, Kevin Green. You're an awesome linebacker. Go play down south.
It almost makes me want them to. It almost makes me want them to throw like so much money at TJ Watt that it makes Duder look like a shithead.
This guy,
shithead, yeah. Like I want them to throw like $1 more.
He knew what he was doing the whole time.
More.
You reckon he was, Bobby? You reckon he was playing the Browns?
He
and
was working the Browns. If you don't want to, I want to play for a playoff team. I want to get out of Cleveland. And then, you know what? They throw him big money, huge money, and he signs. Like, if he didn't really want to be in Cleveland, he would have got that money elsewhere. Somewhere else.
Can you put those two pictures up side by side?
Which ones?
Garrett and Pickett.
I can't. I can do though. I can do.
They're gonna be Browns together.
I mean, there's stuff going on right now. There's trades going on right now.
I have to. Hang on. Yeah, that's crazy. Miles Garrett goes back to the Browns and Kenny Pickett's there as well, which is quite crazy. But let's stay on this George Pickens thing just for a little bit longer because I think it is a big move, right? DK Metcalf signs one of the biggest contracts for the Steelers, a 5-year deal, being 5 years, right? To be receiver number one. Don't know the quarterback who is yet. Could be a chance. Could be Rodgers. Could be Russell Wilson. Whoever, right? I think it does make, your scenario is, for me, scenario A is it's the mentor to Pickens and Pickens shapes up. But he's in the last year of his contract. So I don't mind if he stays, but I think like Shane's right to a sense, like, what do you do? What if you do a whole year with him, then what's next? Like, I just don't know if they can coexist. And if it would be fantastic and fun to watch. But then, Gene, if you're saying they can coexist, what would be the, the discussion or argument to say, what happens next in George Pickens' future for a Steeler?
Well, then he gets the contract. Like, I'm okay. Like,
but less than DK, right?
You have to understand, like, TJ Watt's going to get a huge contract after this Myles Garrett stuff. And that's weird because he's the highest paid defensive guy on the Steelers, highest paid defensive guy ever in the Steelers. And it's like, what, 81, 82 million? That's like the highest paid ever defensive. So he'll get Garrett money. It'll just span. Now, does winning equal money or whatever like that? Does he just want to play for money? This is the part where in the NFL where I don't understand. Because these players will sign these huge contracts for money, like Garrett, say they won a championship, probably will never get one with Cleveland.
No,
and
probably
TJ
anything with Cleveland.
Never going to get one.
TJ might not get one with Pittsburgh.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
Not going to happen. No, Myles Garrett's like Scrooge McDuck, backstroking $100 bills, darn Monopoly money. He could give you. He's not a guy that wants to. He's not that guy. He's not the guy that wants to hold a trophy. He's the guy that wants to swim, backstroke in $100 bills, and make it rain.
Myles Garrett is the guy in the Mean Joe Green commercial, right, with the Coca-Cola. Instead, he would give the kid the Coke, and he'd be like, "Don't take that; it's worth money."
Yeah, he'd dump it on the kid's head.
I'm gonna save that.
On the kid's head.
Cleveland motherfucker. No, sorry.
All right, so Shano, what does if Myles Garrett? So he's lied about the retiring. Didn't care.
It's a ploy.
It's a work. Like Bubba would say, it's a work. It's a work. Bubba's spot on with that. These guys, they have their agents, go out and put their feelers out. It's all a big game. It's gamesmanship. It's like watching God darn Survivor. That's what it is. They just game each other.
But how much is it like professional wrestling at this point? He literally walked the line. He spoke to everyone.
He was a heel.
Yeah,
he was a heel.
Radio Row.
I'm out of Cleveland. I'm going to leave Cleveland. I'm out of Cleveland. Oh, I have returned to Cleveland. He was playing a heel. He just turned face, and as soon as he signed that contract, and it was all a ploy.
He tried to turn face back to the person that he did the heel to in milliseconds. You can't do that. It's going to be a drawn-out process.
Well, wait a second. Well, time out. Why? What the F do we care about Myles Garrett?
Because this is
funny.
money.
It's got to relate to TJ because we're gonna have to talk about TJ's contract.
Correct.
And that's how
it's related. It's related
Shano.
to
Guys back on track.
It's funny. These two blokes are now Cleveland Browns.
And the difference, Shane, is that TJ Watt wants to be a Steeler, wants to do his contract.
100%.
Wants to be a Steeler. Myles Garrett's like, no, I'm going to go somewhere else. And then less than 24 hours or a couple days later, he's like, I'm back. So his word is ridiculously null and void in my eyes.
He said goodbye. He said a big F you to Cleveland. And then, I'm going to go play for a championship team. Not you guys. It's been fun, but you guys suck, basically. By the way, I'll sign a big contract.
Hey, I'll be back. Hey, I'm back, everybody.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how everybody doing?
It's crazy to me. Of course, money talks, but he should never. And what he did was, trying to get the attention. And also, the Browns were never going to let him go because they didn't want to talk to him, and then they signed this big contract. But it's all going to fall apart. Like I don't think they're going to win championships there in Brown Stadium. But you're right. Let's move into. So I think we talked a bit about Pickett. That was really good. Pickens. We'll see how that trade. I think it's good. I'm okay if he trades him or stays, but we'll see how it plays out. Next part there, so we'll talk about quarterback very soon. It's going to be a long show, but we have TJ Watt. TJ Watt, right? This big contract now, and TJ Watt's going into his last year. Some are saying that, and I'll start with you, Bubba, first. Some are saying that Steelers should have got him for an extension last year. Do the Pittsburgh Steelers sign an extension? And also, is it bigger than Myles Garrett? Is it $40 million and $1 extra? And by the way, shout out to TJ Watt, had a baby today.
I know.
Congrats.
Okay. Well, it'll probably be like Gene said, probably over a couple more years, but he'll get paid bigger. They're gonna finagle something. He's gonna retire a Steeler. I mean, they're gonna give him everything under the sun. So, and he'll probably he's supposed to restructure his contract here this offseason to give a little bit of money to go sign some people, but and they don't usually do this, this early, but I think they will. I think they're going to give him anything he wants. Anything he wants, they're going to get, because when he's not in the lineup, they're 1-17 or 2-12, or it doesn't matter. Even if he's not suited up as a Steeler, we're not winning. I mean, and that has been the last 5 years. So whether he's in there for 3 plays or 30 plays, as long as he's there playing, we have a winning record. When he's not even out in the field, we're terrible.
So, Bubba, I want to ask you, what about why did it seemed like the last 5 games they had a cardboard cutout of TJ Watt sitting there?
I think he was hurt.
I think so too.
I think he was hurt. That's why he was hurt. I see where you're getting at there. He was hurt. I mean, and they're not going to trade him, like Burns says. They're not trading him, Burns. It's not going to happen. And it's not.
He's coming over to Burns to do the plumbing. He's quitting the Steelers. And he's
going to trade him for SpaceX.
Because I feel TJ still wants to, break a personal thing, break the sack record, make it his own. But also too,
I think he wants to fix it. I think he wants to fix the Steelers.
I'm sure he wants a playoff win. That'd be a playoff win or the sack record.
See, I think he wants to be the guy that brought the Steelers from this to this. You know what I mean?
And that's why he's the opposite to Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett went somewhere else, and he wants to fix the team. That's what he wants to do.
I hope that's what TJ Watt wants.
Are you showing like backhand to strong pimp hand? Is that what you're talking about?
I think he wants Steelers to go from this
pimp hand
to this. To number 1. Sorry.
From 1 to
to number 1.
I agree.
Maybe
fellas, I think
number 7.
I think the Steelers are looking to give him an extension next year and make him the guy once Cam probably leaves, maybe after this year. But TJ responds after the post-season press conference was like, I want to fix this. Whatever's happening, it's really bad. They played really bad defense. He wants to be a part of the solution, not run away and cry and go, I want to go play somewhere else at the Lions or whatever, and then fake the team out and then go back to the Browns. Right. So I think he's trying to do that. I think TJ is awesome. He's even his down years are good years, and he had a bit of a down year this year. And yeah, Shane's right. He was a bit of a paper cardboard near the end, but it's also on the Steelers defense too. But I think the Steelers will give some kind of extension. Shane, do you think they're going to extend him, or is there a trade possible?
100%.
Yeah, happening for sure. All righty, let's move into some more things because TJ playing best on the team as well.
Yeah.
They'll sign him, and I think
the whole defense was bad in that playoff game. It just wasn't him. The whole defense on a whole was god awful.
Here's the big thing, guys. He was playing like we've seen him play god tier. Like we're talking like it's a video game type of shit.
So much fun to watch.
Yeah, there's like four people. 4 people over top of him, and he's just like
making a chip ham sandwich while he's in the backfield. I mean, he does crazy shit. He's curing kids of COVID. I mean, he does all kinds of shit.
I love the way he just tackles Joe Burrow. He loves Joe Burrow. He loves to tackle Joe Burrow and
He
sack
has
him and do all
he
those
has
things.
great games against Cincinnati and great
If you
games
have
against
any
Cleveland
tendency,
and the Ravens. He's good for the AFC North opponents. He
heard-
is.
I heard TJ Watt can walk on water. That's all I heard.
well, no.
I heard about that.
If you
Just
have any
somewhere.
inkling to being a gay guy, you're going to be wanting to lay on top of Burrows because he looks like a pretty man. You know, you're going to be like,
I've got him as well. I've got.
other stuff.
I've still got Burrow here. Don't you worry. 1980s Burrow.
See?
Looks like
Yeah, he's still
Macaulay
here. I've also got two, by the way, guys, out there in Steelers Dynasty podcast land is your logo or your old logo. Sorry, Steelers Dynasty podcast with the two fellas down the bottom. But yeah, TJ Watt, I think, is going to be a Steeler for life. I think you have to be for his legacy. It's how the Steelers do things, and I think he will have a bounce back from his average to good year. And it wasn't great for us Steelers defense, but I think the big topic is now how much will they pay him, and they're going to pay him more, $1 more than Garrett. You know. And was it Crosby? Crosby got sold short? He was like the highest paid non-quarterback for like 2 days, and then Cleveland Brown, Garrett. Look at me! So I don't know.
I need to figure out how Cleveland spends money because apparently I'm investing wrong. How do you do?
Do you guys ever
million?
think? Do you guys ever think, as long as we're alive, that they'll win a championship, Super Bowl, Gene? Long as you're we're alive or whatever. The Browns.
Watch
Like the
them
next 30 years?
I mean, is that guy coming back, Joe Brown or whatever?
Who's
Is he
Joe
coming
Brown?
back? I think he's
No.
dead.
That was
the
Paul
owner.
Brown.
Paul Brown.
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown,
Brown's
sorry.
alive.
Jim Brown. Yeah, if he comes back.
Maybe.
I think they're always in a tough spot because they
Well, out of
spend their
the
money.
top free agents, I'm watching TV right now. Daniel Jones is the youngest at 27, and Russell's the oldest right now at 36.
All right, let's go there next then. What's
I'm
happening, Bubba? No, that's fine. Good transition. What's happening with the quarterback situation? Because I just don't want Aaron Rodgers.
It's over. I don't know.
You don't know.
We're gonna get somebody that has a. We got somebody that's gonna get a Super Bowl ring. Whoever got a Super Bowl ring, that's who we're getting.
What I'd like to see, just because I like to stir the shit pot on your show and Bubba's show, is I would love to see Aaron Rodgers.
Fine.
Whether it's a great story because he does great things in Pittsburgh or it's just a dumpster fire, it's going to be good for the podcast.
But
Yeah,
this
But
is why
I'm gonna keep Wilson because they got Metcalf, a guy that he's used to. It's going to be incentive for him to stay. Hey, look, Wilson, we're not going to give you what you want, but you got this guy to play with. It's going to make life a lot easier for you. What do you say?
I think it could be a possibility that Wilson does come back for a 2-year deal. Because Metcalf, why else would they? Metcalf needs a reason to come back too. Well, he signed without a quarterback.
and
He must know
EJ
something. He has to know something.
EJ just posted
You did
that.
it. You said
like,
it. That's it.
I think go with Russell Wilson. Like it'd be funny to get Aaron Rodgers in there just to see Pittsburgh just upset the city.
You want to shake it off? And
Like here's two of the greatest receivers of all time, or at least modern era. Here's Aaron Rodgers. There's mushroom mines in Pennsylvania, too, by the way.
Yeah,
But
we're
also,
down right up.
how close was Justin to signing, and then the Jets just threw all that money, and he was like,
Oh,
"I'm going with
Peppers.
the Jets."
apparently, it was $10 million extra, according to Nick Farabaugh, who's got some inside sources.
There you go. Like, why would you go to New York and die? Your career is going to die in New York, so you got to make a little bit of money. Or he wanted to play with Garrett Wilson.
Unless the Steelers already have made a deal and haven't done it yet, haven't renounced it yet for
Haven't said
Russell
nothing.
Wilson. And the
That could be
reports
it,
are
too.
from Darwin Nolan that was talking about that the Steelers have a contract ready or a 1-year deal for Aaron Rodgers. It does feel like it's only those two quarterbacks that's going to happen. I would prefer Russell Wilson to run it back. I thought he played well in the 10-3 when he got to 10-3. They just all fell apart near the end. But I thought he played well, something like 16 TDs, 17 TDs. But yes, he was limited with
I think,
mobility
and
wise.
I will say this: when he fumbled that ball on that run, and we were in Pittsburgh watching the game,
Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
That was.
We were all
start-
there. All four
I
of us
know.
were there.
That
That
was the
hurt,
start
man.
of the whole
I was on
downfall
the
right
floor.
there.
Oh,
I thought Carlton from
Pepper's not a fan.
Videos was going to pop
And I-
out like America's Funniest Home Videos was going to show a clip because that looked like a blooper. It didn't even look real.
Oh,
It just looked popped
that
right
did
out.
hurt because that was a massive
Yeah.
run and we would have been in
Yep.
front, right?
Yep.
That changed
Would have
the
been
game
in front.
right there. Boom.
Yeah, they went. Then the defense allowed a 90-yard play drive to score a TD. So,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
remember going, yes. Oh no!
They never recovered. They never recovered. They never recovered offensively and then defensively in a playoff game. They just never recovered after that one play. That one play threw them in a space trajectory that ruined them.
Yeah, I
because
think you're right. Yeah, correct. I think
they were
yeah.
so good. I mean, they were 10-3.
Mark coming to Pittsburgh ruined the Steelers season.
I know, dude. I'm now 2-1, 1-2. I had a Christmas miracle that was Steelers versus Ravens, one of the best days of my life. It was AB over the line, and when I came back, I got sick. There was a lot of beverages been had, and then I lost my luggage. Like it all went to shit. Lucky Shane was there, but it all went to shit. And then the Ravens game was fun till Wilson stuffed up. Going to the Chiefs game with Jim was awesome. The same time. Dude, we got shellacked. Like that was a 38 or something.
Physically and mentally, we all got shellacked.
Oh, Pepper hates Russell Wilson.
Dude,
Wow.
yeah. Pepper's fired up.
Pepper,
Wow.
let us know how you feel.
Dude, she's
Don't hold
posted,
back.
like 7 million times. She's so angry.
Disastrous.
Well, they
I
can't,
understand.
they can't sign Aaron Rodgers because he hasn't been released by the Jets yet, has he? Because I'm
I'm
looking
pretty
at
sure
the,
that.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Come
No,
on.
no.
Think
I'm looking
about
at
that
TV.
though. If Duder's going to the Jets, there's got to be something behind that. If Fields is going to the Jets, right?
he's
Yeah,
the top-
100%. Yeah.
He's the top 7 in NFL history at passing and touchdowns. I'm just looking at it right
Aaron
now. on the screen.
Rodgers is released from the Jets. You got to think there's something there. There's,
But
there's something.
he'll be released for sure.
There's some
Uh,
stick in the water there.
And just
Yeah,
I just don't know like where the dominoes do fall and the Giants, what quarterback they go. The Raiders have their quarterback yet?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith, that's right. And then Darnold goes to, and then I
Seattle.
guess the Vikings would have JJ McCarthy. So you could try to eliminate things. And oh boy,
Well, I'm just
Dude, Pepper
last
is
5
fired
games.
up.
She hates him. Last 5 games between Russell and Aaron Rodgers, who had the better stats in the last, ask 8 games of regular season, who had the better stats?
Russell, because
I
Rodgers
don't
didn't
know.
do shit last year.
I just don't think
He
Rodgers
literally
is a
was-
solution for the next 5 years. I think he's just a stopgap. I've
Yeah.
been saying that too.
Any quarterback we get is going to be a stopgap, in my opinion.
That's because in 5 years he'll have osteoporosis and be like stiff and break brittle.
No, in 5 years, David Bowie's going to come back, and then we'll get to listen to the 5-year song every day.
Okay, so other Steelers right now? You guys think that we are just in that there's only 2 options? Is there anyone else that's been linked to the Steelers that would surprise and like Steelers would go and get a mid-tier quarterback? Gene, anyone else you think that could be a solution, or is it really it's going to be Rodgers or Wilson?
It's got to be one of those two. I can't see them draft. Okay, so we gave away our second round. We're definitely not going to spend a first round on a quarterback, not at 29, because there's not going to be any there.
Nope.
Yeah.
So you have to think of what do they do? Who's available? I mean, do you take like a sub tier?
We still need to get a second string quarterback. We need a backup quarterback. It's good
Yeah,
too.
that's
we need 1 and 2.
but I think they'll get a second stringer in the draft. But it's like, who's going to play that one?
So you would get a second stringer in the draft and not get a free agent that's already had some experience?
Hear me out.
Okay.
I'm not putting my money on a second stringer in the draft. You're just going to pick some random quarterback to be like somewhere out there. I think you have to get someone that's a first stringer. Yeah, Kyle Murray. See, that one's still floating around. There are guys that can play.
Kyle Murray can't see over the line.
I think what makes sense, to be honest, looking through the free agent, it makes sense. It's Russell Wilson to come back for his two
Because he has-
year.
because he has experience with DK and he played with
See,
DK.
And he played there last year.
Yeah.
No Fields. That's gonna. I know we may not like it because
He was
he's not
still
as
putting
mobile.
stats up. He put 300 yards, almost 300 yards up in that playoff game. I mean, we lost, but he still put. I mean, we had to throw to come from behind, but he was still putting up a little bit.
Let me see.
I can't think of anyone else who would do it. Maybe Daniel Jones, but I think if anyone, it's going to be Wilson to come back for that 1 or 2 year gap. And
You bring Jones. You sign Jones as a backup. Jones, you sign him as a qualified backup because we will not have a backup because Skylar Thompson is not a backup. You want to go in if we have a quarterback injury in the first.
Yeah, but do we even have Skylar Johnson anymore?
Skylar or Thompson or Johnson? Skylar something like
Thompson.
I don't even know if we have him.
Yeah, he's still there, I think. So I got a question here from Jayquest, and I got 2 questions I want to go from the comments. Jayquest says, or is there a quarterback we can trade Pickens for? In terms of Pickens to a certain team.
Not right now.
I don't think that there is a certain team that is. I'm not too sure off the top of my head, but it's a good idea. Would you trade Pickens and get a quarterback back? I have another question here from 46 says trade Minka for Kyler Murray. Thoughts?
I don't know about that.
I don't think that would be a stealer move.
Well, I think Minka wants to stay, but I don't think Minka is worth trading away at this point.
So he's geriatric and
he's past his prime.
Plus, I think Swish here says too on your podcast, Steelers Dynasty podcast says, what about Rudolph up to? I just don't think the Steelers would go back to Rudolph. They let him go, right?
I don't think he wants to come back.
I don't know if he wants to come back, but he would be a good second string quarterback. He'd be a great backup. Hey, anything's possible.
Now, here's someone I don't want, but they might be able to draft for. Shador Sanders.
No.
So, okay. Explain to me this hype about him because it's okay. Do you think he could really do anything?
I don't know because here's
the first year.
Here's the one thing that I'll give him credit for. He played pretty well with a crap offensive line for 2 years at Colorado. So but he did not do great in the combine. So, I mean, a lot of hype. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. But I just thought I'd throw him out there because right now there's nobody there. You know, you have Brock Cody, which is from Missouri. I think he's a good pick if you could get him. Jackson Dart, everybody wants. Couldn't see.
See, to me, it's like 4th or 5th round when you're talking that stuff.
Well, that's why I brought this up because what would happen? You guys said trade Pickens, trade Pickens, during the draft. To get a better player. Think that would happen? No. Yeah,
I think we need.
You're not going to trade him for a draft pick.
I
just trade up. You know, some team wants them. I don't know.
Got another question for you guys on the quarterback situation. Do the Steelers have to sign a vet quarterback before they go to the draft?
No.
So could they sign a backup and then go and get the draft quarterback to start, or is this not the right process?
Well, if they do, then
they're not doing that.
If they do that, then we're getting a top 10 pick in the 2000.
Not serious, right? So
yeah.
You more or less do need, if it is Rodgers or Wilson or Daniel Jones, to be quarterback number 1.
So I'll take this like with a grain of salt. DK Metcalf, even because of the money, doesn't come to Pittsburgh to get thrown to by nobody.
There's no one here.
I know that for a fact. So it's like
it's going to be a reason, right?
We don't have anything behind the scenes. There's no way he's coming to Pittsburgh
to play Wildcat.
Yeah.
Well, Boz threw a pass.
I saw that, dude.
To Villanova.
Post?
We're not doing the. Yeah, I saw the Chris Boswell.
I'll bring it up. That post is fantastic by Chris. That's why I love Chris Boswell. Did you see that, Bubba? The Chris Boswell post? All right, I'll bring it up in a second.
I'm watching these mock drafts, and we're supposed to. In one mock draft, the Steelers are picking a running back, and the other two is a corner defensive cornerback.
What running back do they pick in?
Ashton something.
Oh, Gentry.
Yep.
Would he make sense now to make our offense like top tier, like to be explosive because we've got the receiver and hopefully the quarterback?
fantasy football wet dream for
Yeah.
fans.
If he plays well in the first year, dude.
Yeah, but it's just the excitement of like this kid could be like dynamite, you know.
We need a defensive tackle.
We're almost there. No.
But if they did it though, if the Steelers went and got running back in the first round, their offensive line, in my perspective, is better, right, than previous year. So, and you've got the receiver, and also don't forget Donald Parham Jr. He's quite athletic at the tight end, and I think they're getting rid of Connor Hayward too. By the way, just my thoughts. I don't know if you guys agree. I think he's gone to be three tight ends. Austin, Roman Wilson, George Pickens. Like, it's a big offense, but who's the quarterback, you know?
I'm going back to, like, if we can get, what is it, Ibuka or whatever?
Scam.
Oh, the receiver.
I'm going back to Aftons. I think we should still get him.
Would that be a possibility? Winston, would that be an idea? James would be a,
James,
he'd be a
I don't want
character.
James Wilson.
No. I just stick with Russell if we got to get him because
Right. He's wild, dude.
Jameson, he's funny.
Quirky.
He's great at Super Bowl he was, but he'll be throwing 3 picks a game, and I don't want that. 3 touchdowns and 4 picks a game. I don't want that.
Pepper's got a good question here. Draft a running back in the first round, so you'd be hated intentionally too. Do you really hate these kids that much? I know Najee Harris got a lot of flack for getting 1,000 yards a season.
I like Najee. I'm going to miss Najee. Yeah. I really am.
I hope he does well over there too. I always thought they were going to move on from him after this year.
Yeah.
But I think he does well as a Charger, and I think he goes pretty well. But I do want to bring up this is what the Chris Boswell sent when they signed DK Metcalf. He's like, I've got this as a quarterback, him holding the football. I think GP and DK are down there somewhere.
Oh, that's funny.
It's so good.
Oh my God.
I love Chris Boswell, dude. He's one of the best.
In the pocket, he'd be our quarterback.
Yeah, just huff it down there and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, he's not wrong.
That's funny.
There's no one on the team. Like they only have Scott and Thompson.
And he can throw the ball and get ready for the field goal at the same time.
Yeah. I wonder he could be the first in maybe a long time kicker / quarterback.
What was his quote to Matt Canada? You didn't win this.
Oh, yeah, you didn't win. We didn't win because of you. Dude, that was so good. He's been good for a long time.
I missed that.
Yeah. He was walking down the tunnel and he yelled and shouted at Matt Canada, we didn't win because of you. Like, faintly. And we think it was him. I think Steel Nation think it was him.
Yeah, it was.
Matt Canada's like, good win, guys.
Yeah, good win. And he's like, we didn't win because of you.
He walked back in.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I've got 40 people in the chat, so thank you for being here for the Pittsburgh Steelers Frenzy recap live.
News. It's big news.
And Dynasty broadcast too.
Yeah, Steelers on the podcast. Gene's wearing his Kutch hat and getting ready to get steal bobbleheads from the stadium. Start selling them on eBay.
He's gonna hang
Get
out.
ready. I feel like Gene's going now. That's what he looks like he's doing.
He's gonna hang out with
I'm
Kenny
getting
Powers.
ready, dude. It's my birthday game.
Oh man,
So
that's so good.
It's Paul Skeens bobblehead night. 20,000 in.
Are you like that? Because I've met you, Gene. Are you the true? Are you the true Yinzer? Are you a Yinzer in
I
Pittsburgh?
don't know if I'm as much as Bubba or Shane.
No, you and me are about probably neck and neck, and you probably got me by maybe like a foot
You're
because
older.
you got your
You're
power.
older
You got
than me.
I'm older than you.
You got your pirate stuff on.
You got your pirate shit ready to go. It's down in Braden shit. So you got me beat.
You gotta have chipped ham in your fridge. Pierogies, Mr. T's pierogies.
He does. He cooks
Iron
pierogies. He's got me
City.
beat already.
A water bed, and have had
water
crabs
bed.
at one point.
All right, Camaro. Got a Trans Am.
It's only chip chop ham if it's Isley's, right?
Isley's, yeah.
Okay, so it's got to be that.
It's eternity.
No Camaro. I've never owned a Camaro, but I've always owned like fast cars, and they got to be black.
Black's a bitch to
it's the
clean,
worst
man.
thing to have a
Sucks.
black
I got a
car. and
black
they
Firebird.
know.
I have a Camaro now. So
Fast
check
black.
that blog.
Right? You follow every team. I don't have the accent. Like Bubba has the accent stronger than I. Even Shane has the accent stronger than I do.
Coming in bad now.
I don't think
Coming in
so.
bad.
I think you're more Yinzer than I am.
But I'm not.
You are.
I make my own road. I'm not, dude.
Who's had a waterbed? Raise your hand.
I do. I've never had one.
I couldn't get on a waterbed. I'd get seasick. I remember
You can't
getting on an
smoke
air mattress.
cigarettes in
I'd
a
flip it off.
waterbed. You can't smoke cigarettes in a waterbed because if you drop the ash,
Yeah, it's gonna go.
it's a wet
Oh.
dream.
Jeez. All right, I'm going to welcome in a few people. We've got Larry Stewart here. I have Mike here as well.
I'm going to ask you for a hat. No, Larry, we don't give hats out.
You have to earn it, Larry.
You got to earn it, Larry.
You've got to send in a $50 super chat, and I'll send that money to Bubba.
Yeah. And then you
Then you can get a hat.
You need 7 proof of purchases from Wonder Bread, and you got to smell that in too.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
So, what's Wonder Bread?
Oh,
It's bread.
See,
Bread.
Oh,
you just you cut the
You're not
proofs
missing
out.
anything there. Hey,
all right.
hey, wait a second, Mark. Did I give you a pepperoni roll when you're in Pittsburgh?
I don't know. I think we had the pierogies or something like that. We had some pierogies somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't know if I gave you a pepperoni roll. Oh well.
No,
Well,
I don't think so.
you probably did. You probably got a layout, layover, I don't know what the heck that is.
Take away.
Not thank you.
Take away. I had take away yesterday. I didn't take away last night.
Jesus
I went
God
down
almighty.
the tuck shop. The TU.
Bubba doesn't pay attention.
I do, but it's. I know.
Take
Thank you,
away.
Afton. I'll see you later.
I got a lot of
Hold
stuff
on,
on my
I'm
mind.
getting
But
loud.
damn it,
Hold
I
on.
just can't believe
Yeah,
it.
take away at the bottom bar.
Bottom bub.
No. You go from the top to the bottom.
No, I went down to the takeaway shop down the road, right? And by the way, when you say down the road, that could actually be up the road too. If it was on a hill, you'd probably still say down the road.
I
Really?
Sometimes.
Probably.
Probably say going to Pittsburgh.
You'd say I'm going down the road.
I'm going down to Pittsburgh, but it's north.
Yeah, we do it too.
Going
No, I
down
got
there.
takeaway last night. I got a beef burger with chips. Do you guys have fish cocktails? Do you know what they are?
Wait.
No, you've never had fish cocktails?
Wow.
mean-
It's a new one. It's a new one.
Wait. You mean shrimp cocktails?
Yeah.
Nah, like fish cocktails.
What the hell is that?
Like bits of fish, like wrapped in beer batter, and you fry it, and it's really nice.
Yeah, it's called
You
shrimp.
dip it in sauce.
It's called shrimp. I mean, it's
No.
But it's not shrimp though. It's like fish. It's not shrimp.
Yeah. It's a beer batter, but what do you call
Yeah.
it? What do you call it? Cocktail though.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's
Right.
like a mini thing.
You have cocktail
So you
sauce
don't
with
dip
it.
it in any sauce. It doesn't come.
No,
in.
it's not like what you think it is. Like the actual cocktail with like the shrimp on the side and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I guess we just call it. It can be any kind of fish. It's like it normally.
You're having a beer
it's
batter.
So how big is
Yeah.
it? How big is it?
like little bits of like little chicken nuggets, but they're fish.
Yeah,
They're called
so
fish
it's fish.
cocktails.
So what
so
kind
it's
of
a
fish are they?
I fucking don't know. Whatever we catch that day. I don't know. Fuck me.
Bubba,
What is he trying to grill me? You're trying to grill me on this
No, I'm
fish?
just
What the
asking.
fuck?
I'm asking how the fish nugget. God damn it!
Sean says it's a fish burger and Pepper's nose is that a fish fry. We call it fish cocktails.
Yeah, that's exactly
Fish
what
sticks.
it
I
is.
do like fish
A
sticks.
fish fry is like a Western
You know-
Pennsylvania thing.
It's
you know,
that's
like-
what he's talking about though. Bubba. That's all.
No,
it
they're not
is.
sticks though. Do you know who likes
No,
fish
no,
sticks?
A fish
Kanye
fry
West
is-
likes fish sticks.
Oh, man,
yeah,
well,
fish
this is-
sticks.
I know what
Fish
fish sticks.
sticks.
Kanye West likes fish sticks.
I do not like fish sticks. Yeah, we call them fish cocktails. Anyways, I got a burger, I got some chips, some fish cocktails. I had that, and I went to sleep and I woke up at 5 a.m. to news everywhere about
Me
everything.
too. But I woke up at 1:30 this afternoon to news because I was watching movies last night and stayed up, and then I went to bed all day because I was off. I woke up to all this. What was it?
Fish sticks. It's one of the best South Park episodes ever. You call Kanye a gay fish? I'm not. It's like fish is
I
fish,
do like
gay
fish.
fish. I do like fish.
I do like
Like-
fish sticks.
Oh my god!
That's a good one. Holy dooly. Anyways, I had that last night. I had burgers and fish and chips. Like I was like, so fish,
Oh,
fish
I'm sorry,
fry.
Pepper. I'm sorry, Pepper. I always thought it was. I thought it was a Western Pennsylvania thing. See, I'm getting bashed by
Yeah.
everybody.
Fish fry is just like it's the same thing you're talking about with the nuggets, Mark. We just
Yep.
get a bunch of fish. It's all beer battered. And you just lay it out in bins. And
Gotcha.
You
Okay.
eat-
so right. So we call
You
that same thing.
pick
Okay, fish
out-
fry.
Only
Coleslaw
time
or
fish and
French
chips
fries.
in America is during Lent.
Oh no. We're
No.
in Lent, right?
Yes,
Wow.
we are.
Yeah, so
Hang
I'm
on.
only eating fish for
Wait, we have some breaking news from Sean here.
Sean Manahan.
Sean just sent me this about apparently there was a most notable kicker quarterback. The Raiders
George
wanted to compete. Is that
George
right?
Bland.
Wanted to
George Bland,
compete
oh,
in
yes.
Super Bowl II, but lost the game. Blanda was released during the bounce back. Wait, was he a kicker and quarterback at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he had a
was,
field
yeah.
goal 1 week later. Okay, there you go. Super Bowl II, George Blanda.
Blanda
16-yard
was
field
old.
goal.
He was like 48 years old still playing. Or 50. He was old.
Well, he was a quarterback. He finished out his career just kicking.
Oh, gotcha. So quarterback
Yep.
first, then kicker.
Yeah, and then
Right.
he finished out just kicking.
Right. Maybe Chris Boswell can do the opposite. But Chris Boswell, I'm still angry about this, by the way. Chris Boswell passed that pass to the end zone, got absolutely fucking laid out, no flag. Zero. You remember that? Zero flag on that rollout he did for the fake.
Oh, yeah,
fake
yeah,
pass.
yeah. We were all
He got
benching.
crushed, and there's no flag because he's a kicker. You know?
That's terrible.
He's been through a lot. I'm hoping that the Chris Boswell has a big year next, and he'll probably sign a contract soon as well because
But we don't want him to have a super big year because that means
Correct.
we're all getting field
40
goals.
field goals, 38, some great 50s.
Yeah.
Not but he was so close to breaking the David Akers record too.
Yeah, he gets
Which would've been
55 to 60. We're not getting a lot of touchdowns.
Even last year was crazy games, winning 18 to 16 and 18
Yeah.
to 10,
Give me
right? The
20
Falcons game.
28-31. We need to get into the mid 20s. If we're in the mid 20s, we can compete with anybody.
Mm.
And I don't think there's a really strong team in the AFC. I really don't.
What about the Bills though? The Bills just signed Josh Allen for a big contract. The Bills are up there.
Yeah, but all the pieces around him are going to go away because of that money that's going.
Well, they
towards-
signed a receiver today from the Chargers, Palmer.
They got one.
Two.
They signed back that
Their
Shakir dude
defense-
as well.
Their defense is not like it may be in the top 5, but it's not like a stellar defense.
Here's one for you, fellas. Source, the 49ers from Adam Shefty Shepherd saying that 9-time Pro Bowler Kyle Juszczyk is being released. Would you think the Steelers would kick the tires on a fullback?
No.
No, as much as
They
I'd
wouldn't-
love to see one.
They
no,
wouldn't bring
they
him in like that?
No.
So that wouldn't
much
be
as I
a
like-
move. Because I don't know what they're going to do. I think Connor Hayward might be out, to be honest. Unless they don't run maybe they just use the tight ends as fullback. Because I think they can't have all four. I don't think they're going to have four tight ends on the roster.
They had 4 last year.
Yeah, but do you think is there room for thank you, George T. I'll see you later. We've been going pretty long, haven't we? We've been going 2 hours. That's
I don't
crazy.
know. We've been going since 7:35. It's already 9:09.
Yeah, we'll probably end shortly, but it is a lot of good conversation though. But do you think the Steelers will kick the tires also back on Connor Hayward? Because I don't know where he would really fit.
No,
I think he might make the team.
Really?
Yeah.
But what?
He's
So he's
gonna
going to
be
play fullback and special teams again.
Special teams, fullback,
Mm.
something like that.
I just feel like he might be cut this year.
Because also too, if a running back, say the third string running back.
Oh, sorry.
gets hurt,
46 is going, not George. George T. 46. Sorry, my knee got ice. I hope you get better. 46.
Oh,
Still at you,
ice
46.
down.
I got ice on my knee. Yeah, 100%.
Baby.
Yeah, I just don't know what they're going to do because they signed that bloke for a reason, Donald Parham. I think he's more athletic, and they've got to use Darnell. And remember, if that's 3, so then where do you fit Connor Hayward?
You put
I've been thinking
Connor
about that
as
for a while.
4th, and then you put him as the 4th, running back. Yeah, it'd be a fullback.
Running back as well.
Yeah,
I do that when I play Madden. I use my fullback as running backs, but the Steelers don't really do stuff like that.
Not anymore. They used to.
Yeah, they used to, right?
So go back to that. Do you think that we actually use, or the Steelers have used, a fullback position?
Not since Merrill Hodge.
Oh,
Correct. So
sorry, just because I'm breaking news.
if you're talking NFL Network, I haven't watched it. I haven't seen nothing yet.
So we'll go back to that. But
Unless my cable sucks.
Back to my breaking news. Is James Daniels is signing a 3-year deal to the Dolphins.
Oh,
He was one of ours. Yeah. So Pittsburgh Steelers guard James Daniels. So that
Well-
means they are looking to probably go Mason McCormick, right guard. James Daniels had an injury. And you know what? With respect to him, good deal, man. 3-year deal to the Dolphins.
Who's the
Huge.
Dolphins' backup quarterback? Who's their second stringer?
It is that bloke he just signed over, Zach Hajimon Wilson.
Okay.
Former number 1 pick.
Yeah, he was sleeping with all the milfs out there. Look out, ladies.
Well, that means they're gonna sign, if they can sign some linemen in the free agency, or they're gonna draft somebody. Because
I think
now
it was reported though that Daniels and that the other bloke on the left hand side was going too. I forgot his name. The left tackle. Who's left tackle?
Dan Moore.
So many names in my head today. Dan Moore. Yeah, sorry. Just so many names in my head today.
He's gone now too. So our line is going to be very, very young.
I like it. I think it's awesome.
So, Jim Mums. I love that story. By the way, didn't he like sleep with his girlfriend's mum?
Who's that?
So,
Zach Wilson.
His mom.
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic.
Zach Wilson did?
Yeah, I think he's
number 1 pick, man. He beat us that year.
Did he?
Pepper's on a tear tonight. She's
mad. She was mad about Aaron Rodgers, and she's been going off ever since.
It's all right.
Yeah, so here it is with the James Daniels news is Ian Rappaport's a 3-year deal, $24 million, James Daniels to the Dolphins. So shout out to him because I think he played well for us before the injury, and then Mason McCormick came in and just took over as well.
So he's getting paid. He's not even healthy yet. He's still making a 3-year deal, all that money. He's not even
Dolphins make funny choices too. They haven't won a playoff game since 2000.
Didn't people say that McCormick was possibly like one of like the top rookies ever that we've got?
I think he played. I thought he played well.
Awesome.
It was so fun watching him play.
He was a grinder. I mean, he'll start now. So why would you sign Daniels anyway? Because McCormick started most of the season anyway. You just put him in. And then Solomalu's got 1 more year, and then you're just going to have to get somebody. And then you got Nate Herbig. They signed Ryan McCollum, the second string center. I think
that's a very good move. I like that move because he filled in the last few games, right?
Yeah, he filled in for that one where Frazier was hurt a couple of games, and then he came in. So
he's a bit of a rogue grader too. He can push him around. I like the way he plays.
And you got Spencer Anderson. So our offensive line, if they sign one free agent and then maybe get somebody in the draft, we're hopefully no super injuries, like an ACL for the season would be okay.
Pepper is on fire today. Mad about Aaron Rodgers. I am too. And Mr. Limited.
So she has no love with either. So whoever's quarterback, and she's going to hate no matter what.
Love it. I think that's great. We don't know. I want someone to sign, but I don't want it to be Rodgers.
Unreal. This is never ever. I have never seen this. Not having a number 1 or number 2 quarterback ever. I've never seen this before.
Check this shit out. Like I was watching you guys on your show the other day. You were talking about like the best Steelers of all time, and you ranked your quarterbacks and so on and so forth. But when you went to wide receivers, Louis Lips reminds me a little bit of DK Metcalf or this kind of situation. You don't have a quarterback to throw to, and he's probably one of the best wide receivers, at least in that era of the Steelers of all time. And probably could have gone to greatness had it not been for poor quarterback performance.
He could have been probably the number 2 receiver probably in Steeler history if we'd had a quarterback.
You got to think that's Rice
you're absolutely right. Wow.
So think if
So, EJ is right. Sorry, Jen, you go.
No.
I watched the Louis Lips game where he got like 10 catches in a game, and they were like phenomenal over the shoulder catches where you didn't think. And it was Mark Malone that was quarterbacking.
Who I like Malone, but he's no. Or who at the time, think
you can name 10 quarterbacks in the 80s. He beat Joe Montana. The Steelers beat Joe Montana in the first game that season when the 49ers went to the Super Bowl. 2017. I'll never forget it because Everybody was picking the 49ers, and I took the Steelers.
Yeah, EJ says here, just saw a closer deal. That's what we've been seeing the last hours, if you so. It's like they have a deal in place apparently, and it might be happening tomorrow when they release him or release him Wednesday or whatever.
Probably partying.
But,
Aaron Rodgers is probably smoking up, and then after he gets done off his high, then he'll sign a contract.
Yeah,
Just
Shane. If you were Aaron Rodgers, what would be the first thing you'd do in Pittsburgh? If you were Aaron Rodgers right now, like
Don't
Shane
say-
Aaron Rodgers.
Down and go down to strip district, drop some, eat some mushrooms, wear an anti-vax shirt, and probably go on the fan and just say some crazy shit.
Some crazy
just can't
stuff.
wait. He's just gonna drop knowledge.
You think it's gonna be so like?
Doesn't
Yeah.
care.
You know,
He's
the
going to go
first-
everywhere.
see, Shane doesn't know. The first thing he will do, he'll go to Lebo. He'll go to South Hills. He'll go to like one of those Richie schools up there, maybe Chartiers Valley. He'll just be like, who's got the best mushrooms? I got the best quarterback camp. And he'll go drop mushrooms with all the little kids in high school and just be like.
But here's a question, right? If we get Aaron Rodgers, do you think he's going to go to Latrobe and actually have like and have a dark retreat there? Is he going to be like one of the guys though? Or is he going to have his own hotel?
I believe he's gonna. No, I believe he is gonna. If he gets signed by the Steelers and he goes into Latrobe, I guarantee he's going to be a big, huge, massive media type person where he's going to be interviewing.
But will he fit in? Like Pepper's saying, will he fit in? He's going to play cards with Cam, or he's going to hang out in his dorm for 4 days and just go on a dark retreat. He was in Egypt last year when we're getting a contract. He was in Egypt running around town.
Will he take the offensive line and a team out to eat like Wilson did last year?
Yeah,
probably not. Probably not.
He's gonna be like
Michael Vick for that year, so they're gonna love him.
And now he's gonna be like, "Hey man, I got this private jet. You want to go to South America real quick?
Go and see some alpacas. Go and climb, Machu Picchu.
I know the shaman down there.
If he gets signed by the Steelers and goes to Latrobe and he doesn't walk down the steps or he doesn't walk anywhere, but as soon as he gets out of the dorms and he takes a golf cart down to the field, then you'll know he's very, very special. Because he ain't walking nowhere.
It's going to be, if it does happen, like Shane's right, it's going to be, for some people who do want it to happen, to be fun for them. And for the other side, like myself, it's going to be very interesting to see how we react and go, oh my. And then also the bit of a fun, crazy year because you don't know what to expect. Are you going to get crazy Aaron Rodgers with over 40,000, 50,000 yards, Super Bowl winner? Or do you get a guy that just breaks his ankle the second play or lays down for a sack?
But what about if he goes into a retreat? He's getting ready to sign with the Steelers. He goes in this retreat, smokes a couple, does whatever, and he comes out as a new man, and he knows he has a vision to rectify what he had the last couple of years, and he wants to go out on top.
What if Aaron Rodgers throws DK Metcalf under the bus because he didn't run the right route? Oh wait, that happened with the Jets with Mike Williams.
But also, if he throws 3 touchdowns in that first game, if he's signed and throws 300 yards.
Oh, so smug. He's going to be the smuggest Pittsburgher in Pittsburgh ever.
He's like, I told you so.
You'd be like walking around like this.
What if Aaron Rodgers comes out like Burrito Supreme in Idiocracy? The dildozer and shit like that. He's got the flamethrowers out.
I haven't seen that in a minute.
I haven't either.
Come on.
I know what you're talking about.
Who do you think like Mike Tomlin wants more? Because he's got connection with Aaron Rodgers with the, nice respect and stuff. And Wilson, his guy last year. Who's his guy?
Russell.
Rodgers.
I'd say Rodgers.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, because he always, when you see that stuff on Monday Night Football and he's looking, he's like,
Yep. That nod.
If he has,
they do that stuff all the time.
Yeah, if he has the opportunity, and also too, he's already had the Russell Wilson effect, and now you might as well just gamble and take the Aaron Rodgers effect.
So now you're really taking me into this WWE world of the NFL. Because, now I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they really want to come play for Tomlin?
Well, look at Darius Slay Jr. He could have went anywhere
Yeah,
He's got one
That's
Super
so
Bowl
season
winner.
weird.
to come to Pittsburgh.
That's so weird.
That is.
We haven't talked about that, have we? Yeah, this bloke here, Darius Slade Jr. is becoming a Pittsburgh Steeler.
But the reason why he came to Pittsburgh is his Pro Bowl year in Detroit was under Austin as a coach. So
Right.
maybe he has some kind, since he has a relationship with Austin, that's what made him sign. I mean, he's 30. He's older than I thought that he. I mean, he's 34 years old.
But what role does he play with the Steelers? Because Steelers are getting vet corners all the time now.
He'll be starting.
He'll be
starter
1 and
or
2 with
backup.
JPJ.
You think he's on the other side playing too? He's not, because I heard their idea he could be playing a bit of a slot in that sense. Because Cam
No.
Sutton's not going to be there. The only thing is that you play on the other side, so he's going to fill Jackson's role.
Well,
Yeah,
I think he'll play. I think he's better than Sutton. He's a
definitely.
different look than Beanie Bishop. Beanie Bishop's more of a nickel type of DB.
I agree with you. Beanie's going to be nickel. This is a true quarterback.
Yeah, he's going to start.
So
And then
just
you have
going back
Trice.
to
And then you have
fellas,
Corey
like
Trice as a depth, and then if they draft and all these mock drafts that I've been watching since we came on your show, it's been all defensive cornerbacks. That's it.
Is that breaking news? Breaking news could be guy from Steelers
If
out
that's
west.
it, if that's it, he was worked out with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, one year, $9.2 million
God
deal for
damn it.
Chargers.
Come on, we could have paid that.
There you go.
Come on, what the
You gotta
hell?
make that- You got to make that
That's
DK Metcalf
bullshit.
money
That
somehow.
that shows that they're going to draft. They're going to draft a running back. So
You're telling me they could have got him? They probably could have got him for 2 years at 12.
But they have to pay Warren. They want to keep Warren.
They could pay him too.
Oh my! Also, too, Saints are re-signing Chase Young to a 3-year deal. That's a big deal. But yeah, Najee Harris, I thought he was always going to leave. To be honest, I'm
Yeah,
with Shane.
He
I
didn't
like
go
him,
for-
but they're going a different direction.
He didn't go for big money though. That's not. I mean, that's big money for me. I mean, but
How does he fit in the offense? He doesn't. I don't think it's getting 1,000 yards, but I loved him.
it.
But I think it was time to move on. To be honest.
I liked him, but we could have. I liked him.
Shit, what do
I
I do
know.
with my jersey now?
I don't know. It'll be a.
Yeah, I
Deuce-
think Blue Nose is
Deuce
right.
Bailey jersey.
Would you feel as like to get? I think Nick Chubb could be a Steeler. To be honest, it would piss off Browns fans too. I think that's the guy.
We talked
If
about.
he's
it.
healthy,
I'd take him if he's healthy.
I'd take
yeah,
a heartbeat.
I think Steelers need that.
As soon as
Take a
he's a
drink
Steeler,
right
I
now.
love him. As soon as Chubbs is a Steeler,
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
I'll love him.
No, fuck off. I've always
I
loved
don't like
Chubb.
anybody that doesn't play for Pittsburgh.
I have liked him as well with the Browns as well. I think
Yeah.
he's
think
he's a
the
fun
only-
running
he's
back
the
to
only-
watch.
You know that piece of poop that you see sticking out of the toilet? That's Nick Chubb. The shiny piece.
The one
of
that
poop.
doesn't go away.
The shiny piece of the brown.
Well, if it's him or J.K. Dobbs,
Wow. Okay.
I can't believe
Right.
they signed. I can't believe you left for less than 10.
Yeah, well, it's a 1-year deal for the Chargers out there, and
Ah.
Najee Harris. You know what? Good luck to him. I might have him on my fantasy. He's fun to watch. Chargers have what? Is it Jack Harbs and John Harbaugh over there? The other Harbaugh, the other.
Yeah, the other hardball jackass.
Yeah, so they play tough over there. But yeah, Pepper says goodbye to my favorite person, Najee Harris. I think.
I do
And
like.
yeah,
Najee.
I do like him too. I wish him well.
But they did. They could have. Did they even offer him anything? That's the thing.
No, probably not.
Chubb is a Steeler. Pickett
Because
is a
as a clown, love
Now, when Le'Veon Bell was, he was getting franchised, and then they offered him like $30 million.
Oh yeah.
He didn't
Pepper's
take it.
Pepper's getting drunk.
I will say one thing though is I do like that Najee didn't hope he didn't slander the Steelers because Le'Veon Bell did it. Like at least he walks away. We had 4 good years. It was fun to watch him play. Good luck to you. He might come back after a year. You never know.
Nah,
I don't know.
that sucks. I mean, God
I don't
damn
think
it.
Le'Veon Bell came back and he's just like that was the best team I ever played for.
But he
Oh,
screwed his
that's
thing up with the Jets. The Jets will never move past that.
Should never. No, you don't ever go to the Jets. I don't care how much money is thrown to you.
Fields
never
with the
go to
Jets.
He's in purgatory right now. He's
But-
in a negative
It's
zone
fine.
like Superman, where they had General Zod and all those people in that little thing out in the universe. That's where everybody goes in New York. The negative zone.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? The negative zone?
Najee will be he'll be a Steeler. Retire somewhere else or whatever.
Todd's right. I think he
There it
played
is.
really well for us.
There it is. 9.5. 1 year. That's
Najee was an amazing, durable, hardly ever fumbled. I really liked him. He was really physical,
I
fun.
liked
So
him
many great
too.
runs. I respect it. He's good.
I
Good
like
player.
him 286. I'm a little upset. I
Here's
wanted
like-
to keep him.
Here's
I'm
like
crying
the funny thing is like everyone said that Warren had more fumbles and was more injury prone,
He was.
right? It was actually Najee, and Najee's the one that fumbled, the one that turned our season around last year. So go look at those stats. Question. They're
Well, they
real.
both-
They're true.
They both fumbled about the same, probably.
Yeah, but Najee
I
was
just think the Steelers were going that direction. I
More
could
yards.
just sense that Najee wanted out. There was no talks around it. Warren coming back,
But they
and then
could've-
like
they
Shane
have-
said,
they-
go to the draft, get a new running back for 4 years in a row.
But they had money to put money on the table though. Like he didn't even he didn't make nothing. I mean, and that for 1 year deal is not really.
Oh,
I mean, it's good money for me if I ever had 9.2 million. But
Yeah, it would be nice
For
at least in
running
us $9.2 million for a 1 year contract to talk Steelers.
I mean, if we
That'd
like
be
I
good.
said, if we would have paid him 10 million, if we'd have paid him another $500,000, he would have stayed. Yeah.
So apparently
10
too,
million.
we play the Chargers next year as well. 9.2 Najee Harris next year, so that'd be interesting.
Well, then
We play
I'm
them
not going to be cheering for him.
in LA.
Of course you're not. Yeah.
No, I don't have nothing. I don't dislike him. I liked him as a player. I was happy when we drafted him. I wanted him. I was paying attention. I wanted him as a running back because we needed him and we got him. And usually I don't get my picks right, and he was one of them that I got right.
that's what I should do. I should take my jersey to that game and actually trade him for his new jersey. It'll be like, hey man, I spent like $150.
I just think I'm just upset that they didn't offer. Do we gonna know if they offered him some kind of something?
No.
They offered him at maybe
We'll never
7.5
find out.
or
But the thing
8.
is, what direction would they go with Najee? I think I'm with Shane on this point here. I think you go the draft and say, thank you, Najee. See ya.
Yep.
Get a running back for 4 years. What was the game plan for Najee to sign one more? I loved him here, but what was the overall?
Well, I thought he was going to
You know?
sign for at least maybe a 2 to 3 year deal or something like that. You know what I mean? Like 20. Like he didn't even get that.
But it's a war entire, Bubba.
Uh,
It looks great at the beginning, and then it
Well, and the sad part about it is, Gene, is between the tackles, I know he could have been more of a power back, but they didn't. They pitched it outside, which just boggled my mind in the first place. You don't pitch
I think
outside.
to me, he did well though as a first rounder. He gave us good times, great runs, and running over people was really fun. But I feel like sign Warren. They've got the receiver now, offensive
We're
with the tight
losing-
end.
and
Maybe
today's
go
a
to
lot-
the running back.
Today's we're like getting people, we're losing people. It's like a
Today's
chess.
crazy, man.
Last week,
We've been
last week, me and
We
Shane
had
were talking about the
nothing.
best. Yeah, me and you Tuesday nights, and the three of us, nothing.
you should rewind your show from last week and be like, a week from now, we're going to be talking a lot of shit because you put that on your show last week. I got my watch
I
on.
can't remember what I said 10 minutes ago, but like we had nothing to talk about. Now we have a lot because we're moving pieces around, and we still haven't got a quarterback.
Well,
But
people are still getting
um,
signed as we speak. There's
I
people
know.
getting
What
signed right
time is it in
now.
America? Like 9 or something? Because I'm still trying to keep up with
9:30.
Twitter.
9:30.
On
And
the
that's-
on the East Coast though, right?
6. Well,
Yeah,
it was
correct.
6:30
Correct. East Coast,
Yeah.
US.
on the West Coast. It's
So the West Coast, they're just waking up. They're just getting ready to sign players.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that just came through with Najee.
6:30 p.m. There you go.
So now we get a running back.
Incredible. He's out Western Australia, out in Perth, by the way. He lives out there. He keeps telling me. He lifts weights 24/7. Well, let's go. We'll have a bit quick of, if you guys want to have a quick break or something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a
field
ray gun reset. You know what we should do? I'm gonna do a 2-minute break because I got to take a piss. If you guys want to stick around, Shane, Bobby, you want to stick around for a
Oh, I'm
minute or
not
not?
going to work. Yeah, I'm not. I'm
All
not.
right.
Work.
Spin like a
Play a movie.
Spin the
Do it
last
like the
part
intermission. Like the
No,
intermission during a
spin the
movie.
last
Like,
part of-
yeah.
of your
Oh, she's in Hawaii.
Oh, wow. They'll
spin the
sign
last part
somebody.
of your interview with Merrill Hodge.
I should
You got
do
that?
that, shouldn't I? Yeah, I do have that for okay, or
I tried to
okay,
get
yeah, that's a good idea. Just to celebrate Craig Wolfley today because he talks about that as well.
Oh, okay.
Hurley Dilly. Oh, okay. Let's do that, guys. What are your quick thoughts about Craig Wolfley, Gene? Why I'm going to play the video after that?
Dude, he's an icon. That's our sideline reporter after Ilkin, Tunch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, who the hell are they going to get to fill his shoes now? So
Charlie Batch.
that's what I said, but I don't know if he'll be a sideline reporter. But wouldn't it be cool if Max Starks just went down there and just started doing it just to honor? But my opinion.
But you heard him all your life, right? When you've been growing up playing and watching for Wolfley.
Who, me?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Eugene. Yeah, sorry, I'm in my videos.
Oh no, dude! I grew up. Myron Cope is Myron Cope. That's it. And then after Myron Cope, they kind of filtered into like Bob and so on and so forth. But these last couple of years with Ilch and Wolfley, and that's where it gets like kind of weird because I feel like they're getting shorter. Because Cope was like how many years? 20 years. 25 years.
Yeah.
And now you're shorter because 2021, I think is
Gene,
where
Myron was more than 20 from the
no. I'm saying 2021 is where Ilch died, Tunch, and then Wolfley died. He took over after that, and then Wolf died this year. So it's only been a couple years.
Well, offensive linemen
Did you meet him, Bubba? Did you meet Craig Wolfley?
I met them both.
Yeah.
Craig. I did that interview when I snuck on the field at Latrobe, and I asked him a quick question, and he was like, "The food or something," you know what I mean? So I was like, "Hey, Craig, thank you very much." You know what I mean? It was a soundbite, and I'm glad I got it. And then Tunch, I got a picture with me and Tunch downstairs at the bar. So to me, I watched those guys play. So in the 80s, they were solidified in that offensive line, and that was those guys were the linchpins under Chuck Noll at that time. And then he got to play, they both played under Bradshaw. And on our show, he got drafted in 1980, and he had, I didn't know this though. He played 2 seasons at Minnesota, ended his career in 1991.
Yep.
Yeah. I forgot that because Tunch went to Green Bay and ended his career. But I don't know who they're going to get for the booth, because I think they might move Max from the sidelines maybe to the booth. I don't know, and because it's Rob King is the Myron Cope spot, but I think they just. I mean, it's sad, and I think Shane said he had cancer or something, right, Shane?
Yeah, he had liver cancer, and I reached out trying to get him on our show. I took over for his brother who passed away about October. Not last year before. That's how I came on to that Voice of College Football that I was on. And it's just unfortunate, but it just seems like these linemen don't make it past the mid-60s. They just die young. That just seems to be the nature of it. And my condolences to his family. I've talked to his nephew a few times, which would be Dale's son, not Craig's. It would be Craig's nephew. Man, it's just they're good family. They're nice people.
Just in how happy they are, and like how they are all about family, and like every single one of them. And that goes back to like all of them that stayed in Pittsburgh and rooted for Pittsburgh and died and lived for Pittsburgh. They are great people.
I just think from my perspective, being over here, Tunch and Wolf were the first real Steeler voices I heard when I was picking, Steelers Nation radio on my internet or whatever. And he would even like my tweets and stuff like that too. And you look at his tweets, he was so full of energy and I just love even like now we just have a good solid Pittsburgh Steelers talk, right? You guys are from Pittsburgh. We're not the Jack Sperry's or whatever. It's like
we're not
Pittsburgh Steelers football. That's
real.
why I endorse your show, Bubba and Shane, because it's 2 blokes talking about this guy and that guy and having a good laugh and talking about pierogies and throwing them into the sun. It's funny. It's great. Like I think Wolfley was like that. Like I sit back, have a hard day, and you play it, and you hear him talk about their own linemen, get so fired up, and him, Max Starks. Like I think Max Starks has that ability too. By the way, I think he's really growing his role.
Max Starks. I think you got to have either lineman or batch. I mean, I think Bat should be is my favorite because I just think he's just really insightful and I just like him. Max Starks is okay, but Max Starks is good.
Dickerson, man.
He could. He might move from.
He's hilarious.
He might move from the radio to
Dickerson.
He could. Dorian.
But it's interesting too because who was the other guy? Bill Hillgrove is now left as well. So that's the three of those blokes have.
And he retired. Now. He's still alive.
Yeah, but like it's just unfortunate. All right, guys, we're gonna do a quick little break because I need to go get a drink. I don't know how long you guys want to stay, but I'm gonna be here for a little bit longer. It's a bit of fun. I am gonna play the Merrill.
We're practicing for the draft, aren't we?
I'm gonna play the Merrill Hodge segment, and it does talk about Tunch and Wolf a tiny bit. We'll play that, and then we'll come back after. All right. So if I do this correctly, I'll see you guys soon. Okay. All right. Let's get you out. See ya. And we'll be back shortly in about. I want to ask you two more questions, and I really wanted to get your insight. If it's okay with you, if we could talk about Tunch Ilkin for a moment. Is that okay if we bring up the legend Tunch? For me, I'd never watched you guys playing. I was born in 1989, so when I became a fan and Steelers fan in 2004 was the Maddox era. 2002 was I played on the Madden games, all that kind of stuff. That's why I became a fan of the Steelers because of the colors. I've only really, from 2008, I learned all the history, and now I'm a super crazy fan. But one of the first blokes and one of the first guys I ever heard on the Steelers Nation radio was Tunch Ilkin. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on the legend that is Tunch Ilkin because he was a real big part of my life when I pressed the Steelers radio app button and I heard the breakdowns and I heard the calls and him and Wolf. I think him and Wolf was one of the most excellent radio duos. I know he's a good player as well, but I'm just strictly talking radio. Those two together were fantastic, absolutely fantastic on the radio waves, and it made me feel that old school Steelers, approach to the game and stuff like that. Can you expand any thoughts or any cool stories on Tunch Ilkin?
Well, first of all, Tunch was a dear friend, one of the greatest teammates you could have, and his tragic death was, and still is, it's hard to still put into words. Now, I'm gonna back up a little bit. We played together. Most people won't know this. I know you won't know this. Tunch replaced me in the radio booth with Bill Hillgrove and Myron Cope. I was the first player in Steeler history to do that. Mr. Rooney asked me to come do it. I only share it because everybody thinks Tunch Ilkin was the first player in the booth. Tunch and I always laugh about it because ESPN there was a shift about week 5. I'd been in the booth about a year and a half, and I was working at ESPN too. I was doing both. And they had a shift and they needed somebody to go full-time in the NFL about week 5. So I opted to do that and I left the broadcast booth. Now, prior to that, the reason nobody really remembers me being there because we had our roles defined. Bill Hillgrove was going to be the play-by-play guy who set up the play. Myron Cope was going to add color like he's always done. And here's what my role was. Merrill will speak when spoken to. What? They never spoke to me. I mean, they asked me questions. So anyway, I say it as a joke, but it's the truth. It's exactly the role that I had there. I learned a lot from there. But my point is, most people don't even know that I was ever in the broadcast booth. And the only evidence that I have is A, that I did it, and then B, when you look at the history of broadcast that's at Heinz Field or Acrisure Stadium now, the broadcast history, there's a picture of me and Bill Hillgrove and Myron Cope. So that being said, when Tunch takes over, the first thing I told him to do was try to befriend Myron Cope. The way it was set up, Myron Cope felt that I was a threat to Myron Cope, when in reality he created the threat. I was no threat to Myron Cope. I haven't told him I was no threat. I knew I was no threat. I was just there to learn. I had great respect for him, and he'd been doing it for several decades. So I get how hard the transition would be to to invite somebody into a booth that you have never had and add that to their, and they didn't do the best job of making the transition a part of it. But if there was one guy, and as much as I tried to do it with Myron, he just was not receptive to it. And Tunch broke that barrier down with him. And that kind of speaks to what Tunch was. I mean, Tunch was just, he was a dear, dear friend. I mean, when I say a dear friend, when he left, I think he went to the Packers, if I remember right. I took him and his wife out to dinner, and I spent with the video crew, about a month putting together a highlight reel of him. And all the time he used to say it was one of the best gifts he ever got, the highlight reel that we put together for him. But it was one of the first times where I really had a close friend. People get cut all the time. And, but most of the time you don't know the people very long before they get cut, and it's a kind of a brutal business from that perspective because people are constantly coming and going. But to have played with a guy for a few years like that and had as much respect as I had for him, it was hard to see him go. And he was a great student of the game. He was reverent, funny, insightful, and just a genuinely good human being, and an awesome football player. He's the only guy I've ever seen stagger Reggie White. They just call him Tunch. I'm sure that you probably heard a little bit about, he would talk about his, Punch Tunch was his nickname. Because he had such a punch that, look, when you can take Reggie White and staggering, give him a standing 8.
Is that when you're getting off the line? You when you're offensive line,
you
pull like this?
And punch, and his hands would strike so quick, and he was so inside, and he was so precise. Man, Reggie White come up. I'm going to tell you, if Reggie White was alive today, he'd be able to tell you about it. Tunch was a technician.
Yep.
A technician, man. Undersized, but man, he didn't give up sacks, man. And that's all that matters. He was a football playing Jesse.
I tell you what, because even for me, I'm a massive, huge fan of the Steelers. I'm massive, right? But I think he was one of the first people I think I've heard on the Steelers radio airwaves. And then you go back as you learn more and more about the history and the fandom and stuff like that. You go back to that stuff, right? Him back in the old days. But to me, what I got the sense of, and it really hit me hard to hit a lot of Steeler Nation hard all over the shop. What the best thing I think about Tunch for me on the radio airwaves, it felt like he was a mate. It felt like he was when you was talking to Wolfley back and forth about football, you felt like you were sitting in the same room with them. It felt like for me being all the way in Australia, I was like, holy dooly, man. I feel like he's a mate. Do you know what I mean? Was that the sense that you guys had your relationship too, that you were just good mates? And
I think that's a combination of how him and Wolf are. They're really good friends. They're dear friends. They played against next to each other. Wolf was a teammate of mine too, for a year, and then Tunch I played with Tunch a little longer, but those two played together in the trenches. So they've been working together for a long time. So that's not surprising that didn't translate and come out. That they're just talking and you're part of the conversation. And that's how they are too. Both of them are just good human beings, and they're not better than you because of what they do. They make you a part of everything they're a part of, and that's what makes them truly great people.
That's why it was fantastic. It would remind, when I hit the button, it would feel like I was in the locker room with them. You know what I'm saying? I know you are very pressed for time, so I'm going to ask you one more fun question before we get out of here. By the way, it's been fantastic. Everything you said, every story, the way to find a way. But I did ask this question to Ike Taylor the other day, and I think he's a scout as well, right? Alrighty, fellas. So that was our little podcast I did with Merrill Hodge, and just talking about Tunch and Wolf and their special, relationship.
That sounded good too. That
was a fun podcast, man. That was so much fun. I got to reach out to him again.
Yeah, because I tried to get him. I tried to get him, but his wife watches all the podcasts.
He said no.
No. He's like, no way. Gosh,
no, I did. I think you told me that because I had 3 meetings with him, and the first 2 something came up every time. And he apologized. And the third time I wasn't as nervous because I was like, I just want to get over and done with.
Right.
You know, because I was nervous the first time, but that was so much fun talking to him.
Yeah, I saw him on Ben's podcast, and he's like, "Yeah, my wife goes through all the podcasts and lets me know if they're good or not." I told Shane, I said, "We ain't got a chance in hell." I was like, "No, he never wrote me back." I mean, he did write me back. He did write me back, though. But I never got
Punksy Pete out that way. Maybe Punksy Pete was up there.
Nah, but you have to go back and like if you watch yours, Mark, and like watch the live stream, and Mark, he totally ignores it. Perfect, because everyone's like asking Merrill questions on the side. It's hilarious.
I think it might have been. I think I might have been had a premiere for that one, but the Brian McFadden one I did live, I think, and I didn't have.
You cut the live, which is perfect. Well,
yeah,
it's still there.
I had designed to ask Merrill Hodge 10 questions, and I asked him 4. I asked him 4 or 5 questions. His story is just like you can listen all day. You know, it was so much fun.
I still remember the time he said Vince Young sucked. Don't draft him. And he was true to the point. Vince Young sucked in the NFL. He knows his football too.
He got a lot of trouble for that, didn't he, off ESPN or something?
He probably did, but Merrill knew his stuff.
So. He's no joke. That's why he's still an announcer. Like
he got a lot of trouble too. He said as well, didn't he? Said Manziel was going to be a bust as well. I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think he said stuff like
So hey, let me ask you a question because I'm watching right now. If the Rams release Cooper Kupp, do we or don't we?
I'd say yes. I'd say bring him in to be the third. Yeah, him, then Austin, and then you've got Roman Wilson. That's 5.
And we still don't have a quarterback to throw him the ball, even if we do get him.
No,
that's okay.
Bring him in. I'd say off the idea, entertain the idea. Definitely.
How much is he going to come in for, though? How much money are you going to spend on all these receivers?
I don't know. Maybe he gets us a home quarterback.
The Bengals are doing it now. The Bengals has got all the money in receivers and tight ends. So
yeah, so I got the 6-car garage, but I don't have any cars.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
thank you, Shane. Shane finally speaks truth.
Jamie's right. He lost his job for saying something. That was Merrill Hodge. For something he said on the quarterbacks, he lost his job on ESPN. Something he said. Yeah.
Well, everybody loses their job on ESPN for saying something. I know. When we had our break, I went out and Tammy's out there, and I go, "Man, we just lost Najee Harris," and she's like, "Well, it wasn't a really big loss." I'm like, "I don't want to hear that," and I walked away. I said we could at least try to get it for 10, Tammy.
Here's a good one. Rich Eisen said he wanted to stay with ESPN forever, but he wanted to do something more.
What do you mean more?
I don't know, because he's doing.
He wanted to run 2 races, run.
I don't know.
You want to do bench press as well?
I don't know.
That's a good question. Do you guys know how much space we got?
No. So we were at the beginning of the year. We were at weren't we at 60. 49 million?
No, I thought we were like 64.
I thought it was higher. Yeah, 63, 64. Yeah.
But they just how it works. When they cut Larry Obajobi, that took $7 million.
I don't think we're that high. We might be around the 50 to 60.
Well,
where's Yuli?
So is Omar Khan like the legend again because he wasn't a few weeks ago doing nothing? It's funny how we jump back and forth. Is that sign still there? Is that sign still there, Bubba?
That's the sign. Oh, I don't know if the sign's still there because unless it's a month over. Because
Kevin Adams likes the pickup and the big signing for the receiver, but he put a sign up the last 2 weeks ago. I just find it's inconsistent, you know.
Well,
but see what happens.
I think he said something about no quarterback yet, but I think it's a month. I think he only had a month.
To pay for it.
Yeah, I think he only rented it for a month. I think he did that because he said he was going to do it on his show, and then he had to put his money where his mouth was, and then go put it up. I think
the Steelers get back some picks as well. Damn well, we get back a 3rd round pick, comp pick, and we get back a 4th round pick for Justin Fields and a 6th round Dante Jackson. Yeah,
this year. Oh,
yep. My apologies. 2026.
Ah, shucks.
Draft capital for 2026. Yeah, my apologies.
That's okay.
Yeah, So here's like the weird thing is like, so liability. Okay, this is real quick. I'm not sure it's true or not. Right? Come on, go back. So total cap liability is $226 million. All right. Top 51,217. Team cap space is 65. So he's right.
So we have a lot of money to play with, basically. There's a lot of
Well,
money to pay.
but
We're
it's
gonna
like
get more- we can get some more.
total
people.
liability is 226. Top is 217. Team cap space is 65.
We're gonna sign a running back, and Javonte Williams just signed for $3 million, and he was a starter.
To where?
I don't know, but he just signed $3 million.
Oh.
Dallas 3.5. He went to Dallas.
Dallas. They're
So,
a bit of a shit team too, aren't they,
which-
Dallas? At the
yeah.
moment?
But I mean, so 3
They're
point. He's
terrible.
a starter for Denver at 3 point. He gets 3.5.
I like Williams. I think he plays
I-
well. I like the way he plays.
And he was in speculation for the Steelers maybe could try to whatever. And then now it's just J.K. Dobbins, the Charger guy, and Chubbs. And I haven't seen anything about Chubbs. And I think you, Mark, and somebody else are the only ones that put that out there about the Chubb thing.
I've seen some ideas or some sources, reports or ideas that if he were to be healthy, he'll be a good fit for the Steelers, and it'd be funny because of the Browns, running back, and what better way to bring him into a good culture,
What's Kenny Pickett gonna do without a running back and a stud DN?
No, his girlfriend, or is that his wife now? Is that his wife? Did he get married?
He's married.
Yeah, because she's going to have to shut up because she's not going to be able to say anything about something in Cleveland. Because if she runs her
No, they
mouth,
don't, buddy.
he's going to have security get him to his car.
Yeah, Wes is right. Those picks are for 2026. I'm pretty sure. I don't know the numbers taken to DK. I'm not too sure about that. But I think obviously Kenny Pickett's going to be a backup though. He won't be number one. Would blow my mind.
Well,
I don't think.
look at their
Are the
number
Browns
one.
that dumb?
Watson's their number one
Yeah.
quarterback, and they were trying to get rid of him because he messed up. Didn't he get hurt and then showed it on video or TikTok, and he was hurt, and then all that stuff is null and void.
Who's
He was
that?
dancing around. Watson.
Well, he's out for the whole year. Right? Am I correct?
I think he had an injury that when he got out, and then he did a TikTok and he got hurt, and then he was on a video, so he's not covered because he wasn't supposed to be messing around or dancing or doing something stupid. And so if he's hurt, then who's their number one quarterback? Because Winston's not signed either. So it could be Kenny Pickett. It could be. That'd be great.
I think he's playing a game at least 1 or 5 games.
He's gonna play
I think he's
somewhere in
playing
Pittsburgh.
games.
He's gonna play against us though. Throw a pick.
That's a good. I'm not too sure. We need Omar Khan on the show. I have no idea if that counts or not. G'day, Steve Pickering says, thank God Fields is gone. And there was half people saying yes, half people saying no. So welcome, Steve, to the show. I do want to go back to this. So I got some more insight on what the Aaron Rodgers thing is happening tomorrow, because I just saw this picture, and the update was he hasn't signed or anything like that. This picture was here, and the quote was, the Steelers could have a deal in place with Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers as soon as tomorrow, per Football Talk. He's 41, can't sign a deal until Wednesday. When New York releases him, then the Giants are in play too, but would need to give Rodgers a much richer offer. So it looks like that. If they were to sign Aaron Rodgers, this is how I would feel. I would feel like this. That's how I feel.
And maybe
Not a
they'll
fan.
oversign. The Giants maybe will oversign.
Yeah.
And then
What's it-
we'll just sign Wilson, and then just don't let Wilson hit the sleds, and we'll be okay.
Yeah, that's a big problem. One of my comments on my video said that whoever signs, don't let them. Someone wrote, whoever signs, don't let them push leads.
Yeah,
Fair point. Yeah.
So I'm like a total conspiracy nut about that. I think they actually did that on purpose.
What made him push his
I don't think
injury?
he hurt himself. I could not hurt myself pushing sleds.
You could pop a calf.
I don't think I could, because if I couldn't push it, I wouldn't push it.
I think.
Well,
I think you'd hurt your feelings.
Yeah, I can't put. Ow, my calf.
So you're saying, like, was he hurt and then, like, they maybe
I
they
think
wanted to
he
see Justin Field to play, and then
faked
he was hurt a bit longer?
I think he kind of faked it. That's just me.
Well, we saw that with the Big Ben era too. There were times where Big Ben had a sore elbow and didn't practice or whatever. You know, I don't know. I could see the Steelers doing that.
He's up. My elbow hurts. He's running that.
Yeah, but so didn't like Big Ben start one game on the bench and came in to win?
He come out and he's like, "Woo!"
Yeah,
My
like
shoulder's fine.
here's one too. He's a cool name, by the way. Cool
Joe
name.
Milton.
Sign Joe Milton and then draft a QB in round 3. What are your thoughts? That's from the Patriots outsourcing the trading Joe Milton. He's a second-year player. Is he a third-year player?
He's not bad.
I haven't heard too much about him. Where's he from, Shano? Is he from? What? Do you know what school he's from? Joe Milton.
I don't know. Let me look it real quick.
He's been rumored to go to the Steelers too.
I don't think he could learn the playbook to make him a great quarterback.
I think he played at Michigan. Yeah, I played at Michigan.
Okay, so he's
Michigan.
New England quarterback. He's played 1 year. He signed last year. Must have been a backup.
He got drafted last year. Didn't he get drafted?
Yeah. Round 6. Door number 19. He played.
See, that's what we need. We need like a Brock Purdy kind of pick quarterback that actually
just like an unknown mystery.
Yeah.
Just like, who's this guy? I wouldn't mind. That'd be fun.
Could you imagine if we had Brock Purdy now? We'd be okay. We would be okay.
They're trying to sign him up to a big deal too. Strong arm, but not accurate. Okay.
Should.
Do you think Steelers do that? Besides, if it's not Russell Wilson or Rodgers, they just go some mystery man that comes in. I don't know. It's just I don't know what they're going to do.
If they don't sign either one, they might as well sign Joe Flacco and say the hell with it.
How old is Joe Flacco? Flacco,
40. He's old
37?
too.
Yeah. Why don't we get Joe Flacco? That would be perfect.
Flacco's a good backup, and he could start and pull us right out of the fire.
He's 40. Jeez.
Oh well.
Yeah,
he's played for the Browns and Ravens.
I don't see him playing every snap. Being that old.
Minskew.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Toddy. Yeah, we're going to be ending shortly. We'll probably end in the next 10 minutes. It's been a 3-hour show. That's been crazy. Has anyone's got any questions? Let us know. And I think we're going live tomorrow, right? For what's tomorrow? Yeah, we'll go live
Tuesday.
tomorrow.
Yeah, live tomorrow.
Yeah. There'll be more things talking about. So we'll go live tomorrow too.
Hopefully, it'll probably be Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my bad. Because it's my Thursday. I'm getting the fucking days mixed up.
That's okay. My days are all mixed up. Anyway.
If anyone has any comments or questions, put in the chat. We'll try and answer them. We'll try and wind down. It's been a fun show. We talked everything, really. It's been good. Been really, really good. And then the minute we turn it off, something's going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, I guarantee it. I guarantee they're going to sign someone.
Would you guys want to see us re-sign Hargrave back?
If he's healthy and fits it, I wouldn't mind.
Because he's 32.
A bit older now.
Is there somebody out there that could be better than he?
Correct.
I just
because there's still people signing now. Jets just signed this bloke here. Who is he? Andre Cisco to a 1-year deal. So things are still signing. Like I don't know if
they're signing on the TV because Devontae Adams went to the Rams.
Yeah.
He went earlier, yeah.
But then somebody went. I don't know. I can't watch it all, so I don't know.
Because like as soon as we got DK, I was like, that'll be weird. But Sean had already seen that Devontae Adams went because I thought we're getting Rodgers and we're getting D Adams.
The combo. It's bobblehead night. You get a Rodgers bobblehead and you get a Devontae Adams.
Listen,
bobblehead.
all I know is I'm going to get a Skeens bobblehead. No matter what. This is not a joke. This is
put it in a box.
Nah, we're going down there at like 4 a.m. to be there at a 4:00 game to stand in line for.
Oh my god!
There's only 20,000.
Yeah, there's not 20,000 people that damn game. The Pirates are horrible. They haven't had 20,000 people in a game since
Dude,
Willie Stargell played.
look up the tickets right now.
I'm not
Cheapest
looking up
ones you can
anything.
get are
They're so bad.
cheapest tickets you can get right now are $70, and they're upper deck.
I need to go watch them, and I still wouldn't go.
You know they're going to trade him away. They're going to trade him away.
Terrible.
I'm telling you,
Like
Paul
watching
Stevens.
two blind kids beat each other with canes. That's
What?
about as
I
entertaining
just
as
hate
Pittsburgh.
Bob Nutting. I can't stand him.
Hey, dude, I'm getting a bobblehead, and that thing's going to be worth more than the Steelers franchise.
The only
Get
thing
signed.
I'd like to see the Yinzer you sell that bobblehead to. That would be a video clip I want to have.
Dude, that 11-year-old kid, he ripped open the one in Willy Wonka's Chance.
And he didn't want tickets.
No, he's like, F off.
I don't want no tickets.
30 years of season tickets. He's like,
Nope.
no, I'm going to sell this for $11 million.
And that's
It's
what
a
I'd have
one
done
of a
too.
kind card. I don't even know what it went to a private auction. It's gone.
Oh, that baseball card.
Yeah. And
Well,
I'm
that's
going
a
for
good
one
card. That's
bobblehead.
like 30 years for the
As
Pirates.
soon as he's up for a contract, he's gone,
gone,
as a
dude.
Pirate.
He's
He's
gone.
gone.
He's gone. But I'm going to go get his bobblehead, and I'll just show it on the show every once in a while. And I'll be like, this is
Now, if it was
graded.
Olivia
This
Nunn,
is
I would
graded
definitely
like
get a bobblehead.
95%.
I have a Heinz Ward bobblehead somewhere. I have a big Ben bobblehead.
It's not worth as like I would have to take 5 or 6 pristine Heinz Ward bobbleheads for one dirty Paul Skeens ball.
Gene, when do they start? When do the Pirates start their season? When's it start?
What, a couple weeks, right?
Few
Yeah.
weeks.
Like
Are you
April.
fellas? I want to ask you guys this: are you fellas going to watch the UFL? Because I want to try and watch some football again. Like, you're going to watch the UFL
A little bit
here and there?
just to see the Steelers, because I think are they under contract or are they ex-Steelers? If they're under contract and they get to play more, I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I like.
You
watching
guys have
the
any
ex-Steelers anyway.
favorite team? Or because for me, I just try and watch the highlights or the
No,
games I see on.
Yeah,
Mine
I
was the
don't know.
Maulers, and
Any team.
Maulers
Yeah,
was mine, and then
See, I go with Bubba. I go with the Maulers because it's the old Steelers logo.
They don't
Yeah.
play anymore. They're not in it.
I know.
I'm waiting for the Moles to make a team so I can make a new YouTube channel.
I wanted like Heinz. I was following Heinz Ward's team when he was a coach there.
Yeah, same.
You know, but
Because I wonder if they should
not.
start. I feel like they should start earlier. I feel like it's a bit late. I feel like they should start straight after the Super Bowl and play football.
about a week. Give it a
Yeah,
week.
not waiting till March. Like, no, it's I don't know. Just play 10 weeks after the Super Bowl and then you're good. Oh, sorry, 1 week after for 10 weeks.
But
Who knows? Maybe
some of
I'll
those
be
guys
tomorrow.
Oh, maybe.
What's that?
I said maybe some of those guys want to do the combine or try and get into it free agency
fair point.
before they actually.
Because DK Sports was talking about today, and the NFL doesn't have like a sub league. It definitely needs that. Even the NRL here, we have 16 teams. We have like a sub junior league that juniors play under the club.
Well, I thought the United States Football League and the XFL when they combined were like an independent or a minor league to the NFL.
It is, but it isn't really, because to me, minor league means that you'd have Pittsburgh Steelers would have their own team under them, like the NHL does, but it doesn't.
So here's where it goes weird, and I'm going to go. Maybe Shane, you have kids in sports, you might be able. So when you start small, so what I think about like our club teams. So think about baseball teams at first.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get out of like what 13, 14, well, even younger, maybe 10 to 13-year-old ball, you start to branch out into these club teams.
No, it's earlier than that. Like with soccer,
Do you think it's 10?
he was playing on like a 10-year-old travel team, for soccer. And basketball, it's like 12, 13. But basketball is like, these kids are tall and super athletic. Like baseball and soccer, they start like the travel team in baseball. I think he played on a like 11 or 12-year-old baseball.
Yeah,
team.
and hockey starts at like 5.
Yeah, hockey starts really young, but hockey's just, if you pump money into the kid, it's just
So, Mark,
so expensive, and you're going at like 5 in the morning, and to get.
oh,
to
dude,
get-
I've been there.
it's
Dude, I have
ridiculous.
tattoos. I have tattoos. But so, just so you know, Mark,
What's that got to do with? What's that got to do with?
I had to deal with it.
I got a wart on my.
I had to
elbow.
deal with like a little kid growing to a full-grown man, just being like, "Hey, man, 15 years of your life have been spent playing hockey. Do you want to do it?" And he's like, "No."
I think Gene was a Mighty Duck. He was one of the Basham brothers.
No, dude.
or the guy from Slapshot, the brothers from Slapshot.
No. I'm just saying, but like, it's
Okay,
so-
who's Omar Hampton, running back, North Carolina?
old school Omar Hampton or new school?
No, new school, because in a mock draft, the Steelers are picking. They got them running backs or cornerbacks, and one of them picked
not
this
Omar
Hampton
Hampton.
from North Carolina. Has anybody ever heard of him? Because I've
No.
never heard of him.
No,
I've never heard of him. I'm not a draft guy, as you guys know.
Either, guys.
Yeah, I'm
But
not either.
that will come in time after this. We're on 3 hours. This
Yeah, we're
24-hour business would be very tough to do.
24
It's
hours.
been very
apart.
it's been very consistent too. We've had 26, 30 people.
That's the guy's
in
name.
the
Thanks,
chat.
Devil. That's the guy's name.
Amari and Hampton.
That's him. That's in
Yeah.
a mock draft. So two running backs I
He's
seen
a
and two
junior,
corners.
6'0", 220. Carolina. How many years? 3 years.
So he's a junior.
I could see them actually taking a running back at the start. I know it sounds crazy, but
I
it'd be another piece.
They don't
They're
have
not
it.
number
They don't
one.
sign. I mean,
Not
they
an
still
NC
need to-
guy, though.
I
I don't know. They could take him. I know they're going to have a number 2 pick, but I think once we get past this free agent week, we'll start jumping more into draftees and do mock draft and stuff like that. But I think Steelers could be in the cards for if one of the good running backs falls in the first round. It could be a possibility. Do they really need to add any more O-line to the first round?
No. Well, not the first round. They need a defensive lineman. Bad. Bad.
I don't think they
I'm
do.
thinking playmaker. For sure.
Skill
I'm just
player,
looking
yeah.
at Justin Fields. You sell out.
Oh, is he on the TV show now? Is he
He's on the
show?
Justin Fields.
I've got-
Going like this.
Well, are they talking about him?
Yeah, they're talking about him right now. He was $30 million guaranteed. That's why he rolled out.
It's
He
funny
got-
though, because like I'm not going to pick on you, Bubba, but you call him a sellout, but at the same time, Mike Tomlin benched him. So it's like, what do you do?
But now he's a sellout because he didn't stay.
Wait. Do you think it's worse that Bubba calls him a sellout, or if Mike Tomlin plays him and he walks up to him and be like, "Told you it wasn't worth the money"? What do you think that nod is?
I think it's funny because we just overreact to a lot of things. Like I think I was going that direction of Justin Fields. I thought he would be the better younger player to be part of the offense, but obviously it doesn't work out. And I wish him well.
Shane called
Well,
it.
I'm su-
He was
Yeah.
gonna start.
I'm surprised
That's it.
he didn't want to try. So that's kind of like the weird thing. It's like where you wouldn't want to try.
What to get a contract here?
Yeah.
But who's to say that he didn't though? Like I think I always find these videos like Steelers missed out on receiver. Did they?
But
Do
you think Pittsburgh was like, nah, man, fuck you. Go get
They
a
weren't giving
contract.
him. They weren't
I
giving.
think they gave him a contract and he just said, I got a better one, the Jets. Like, if you were to line up with me 3 teams and it's like Jets,
Yeah.
Giants, Steelers, and it's more money, I'm going to go, Jets. More
So
money.
as you line up for
Sell
that,
out.
right?
Yeah.
You see, like there's squares. Like if you line up for that, and you're like the Jets, I'm gonna make the Jets.
It's all this. It's all
Awesome.
this.
Well, I don't know if it's like he's going to turn the Jets around, but he's getting a 2-year contract. It's like probably just like obviously
Yeah, but-
taxes, different things. Like, I don't know, man. I think of this, and depending, did he know, was he going to be quarterback 1 with the Steelers? You'd think
Who
so.
gives a shit, dude? If I'm getting $28 million to be a quarterback number 2, I don't give a shit. Play
Yeah,
for
but
me.
now he's
That
getting
money
$20
wasn't
million.
guaranteed. He's getting $30 million guaranteed where he wasn't getting that for the Steelers. Steelers
Yeah.
weren't giving him $30 million.
Yeah, $40 million, $40 million.
I'll take 25.
Jamal says here, my bad fellas, came back and dropped a like. Thank you very much.
Thank
we
you.
get a lot of people in today. Thank you, Mike, as well. But yeah, I think you go for the better offer, right?
Yep. Steelers
And-
didn't give
and-
him.
Better
That's what
offer.
happened. That's what
I
happens.
guess-
Shane, you know that they're not giving him. They're not giving him that, and that's why he
It's
walked.
incentive based. It was incentive based, and now it's all about money. It's a business, and the agent has big sway, and the agent, wherever the agent can make big money off of the,
Because he was in Dubai. Justin Fields was in Dubai somewhere. Chilling.
He
Waiting.
can go back now. I mean,
Oh, yeah, twice.
You can't. Bubba's
He's a king.
canceled.
no, I mean,
Got money.
you know, I mean, it is what it is.
Dubai, good food, nice pools, nice nightlife.
Have you been there, Shane? You been to
I've
Dubai?
never been to Dubai. I've been to Qatar.
I've been to Clymer,
I've
Pennsylvania.
been to Qatar, Saudi, and of course Iraq and Afghanistan. But
Don says Mike is finally getting his favorite player. I hope not. I really do hope not. But we'll soon find out.
You're
This guy
getting
here.
Rodgers.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, jersey sales will be up.
Is he
And
going to
then we
wear
still-
what number is he going to wear?
12.
12.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will.
Number
Can't
8.
wear 12.
If he wears
he
12,
will.
the Yins will
Nobody's wearing 12 since Bradshaw. I don't know. It's unofficially when we said on our show. Someone said I think Devil said it's unofficially retired, but no one has.
You can't. It's like there's certain numbers you can't wear.
The equipment
Well, what
manager
if-
lost that number.
What if Rogers like smoke screens them all and gets them all high on mushrooms and comes in, I'm wearing 12
I
and
would
throws
love
everyone
that.
under the bus?
I would love it.
What if
I
he
just
kicks? He's like, I'm not playing unless you give me 12.
What if he comes in and he's like, I don't even want a number. I just want a symbol.
Like a pot, like a
Like a
Mary
big giant
Poppins
mushroom.
mushroom.
Yeah.
Like a Mary Poppins mushroom.
I'm
where you
only
get bigger.
playing it.
First player in history with like a triangle in the back or something like that. You know? No, I don't want Big Ben either. Mike says who's Mike one. I at the moment it's probably Russell Wilson to run it back. Or some like the Steelers went and signed this guy who's like who's that? And we just gotta find out who it is.
Like a duck. Like where the hell did this guy?
Yeah,
come
just
from?
who the fuck's that? Yeah, I don't know.
No, Campbell. I don't think that Jalen deserves to be the number one. I don't think he deserves to be number one running back.
Dude, Jalen?
I don't think he will be number one though. The way they're gonna run it out.
He wasn't healthy, and he just wasn't
Still
durable.
going.
You're still good. Yes, Afton. We love you. We're only here for
Yeah.
you.
We're training for the draft.
Yeah. It's so funny.
And every break, you just do the Mirror Hodge thing. That's what you do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like a show. I got that many videos. I can play all. I can play all of them.
Yeah.
Too.
Hey,
I'll play
no,
thousands of videos.
no joke. This dude, I don't even know. I can't say it on this one, but all he's been doing is running like repeats of his shows constantly for 24 hours.
Who?
I see that.
I'll tell you off air
Well,
or whatever.
off-
but
That doesn't matter.
Some Hucklebuck.
yeah, but
Yeah, they definitely do that.
but it works.
I
No,
don't think our-
he's bigger than both of you guys put together.
Oh, it's not a size
sorry.
competition, mate.
Oh,
It's how you
yeah.
use it.
Well, I weigh so. I mean, I know I'm over 300
Yeah,
pounds.
really.
Oh my god.
Jesus
He makes
Christ,
his
how
own
you use it,
power
mate?
cloud.
Ah.
Yeah, but he doesn't go down the shop and get takeaway,
No,
does he?
doesn't go straight.
Nah, he doesn't eat
He
chicken
doesn't get
burgers.
layover.
I was just trying to give
Yeah.
you guys an idea, and you shit on my ideas.
Well, I could run, honest to goodness, for 24 hours, all my previous episodes, but no one's going to watch them. It's like me from like
Everyone will.
2000,
One
2000, 2020.
Dude, everyone will if you loop them.
It'd
Look
be
more
great.
to go.
A lot of people haven't seen our shit, so
Yeah.
Yeah, true. I could show you videos of where I thought, oh, hang on, now wait. Now I'm right though. Oh, this makes sense now. Hang on a minute.
I'm telling you, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I was right about this. So fuck you
My
guys.
green tick approval 100%.
is the Pittsburgh Steelers will not go and trade for Justin Fields.
Yeah, so you play that for like
Right.
20
That was last year.
Yeah. And then you
So-
can play when we sign Aaron Rodgers. You're like, I don't want him.
Yeah, I said that one too. That was why I didn't think they would sign Wilson or Fields last year. Completely
I didn't
wrong.
think that either. I thought Kenny
Oof.
Pickett was the guy. What do I know? I mean, I broke my closet door, so I don't know. That one
Yeah.
person said our line is trash. I don't think so.
Where was that? Who
Who's
brought
trash?
that up? Oh, Mr. Funk. G'day, Mr. Funk. He's on the Steelers Dynasty podcast website. I don't think it's trash. I think it's trash. I think it's building like second year guys. I think
It's rookie.
I think a
Thanks
lot
for
of
joining.
folks were injured, and they had, that one kid playing in a different position. I
Also,
think it's
coach,
gonna work
offensive
out.
line coach is a big thing. I'm not high on our offensive line coach. I think they could have got somebody better.
Yeah.
hey fellas, I like this kind of shit. I'm with Dante. I want someone like this, someone unknown dude, been in the league for 3 years to sign like a 2-year deal, and that's
He was
my
good
guy.
at Penn State. All he
Like,
does is run the ball, though.
There's some like weirdo like that could be. Oh, that's our guy.
Yeah, McSorley just runs the ball. He did
Yeah.
Penn State. He never threw nothing.
Dante can't just come out of the blue, like out of nowhere. Here I am. He's just like,
Here I am.
Sorely.
But
Yeah,
that must be so weird to do.
24 hours, guys. So just buckle in and wait it out.
you can
Yeah, it's
do
really
it.
wild.
Shane, you have a whole workout room down there. You have a boxing ring.
Yeah,
You get some
they
people
boxed,
over.
they boxed all weekend.
If
Bubba can
zombies come over, he's got a big gun safe to kill the zombies.
It's over in the wall.
Yeah, he's got MG3s and grenades and rocket
Nah,
launchers and stuff.
grenades.
He's the Walking Dead, mate.
Yeah,
I do
Bubba
have
can
to
read
smoke.
comic books.
Oh, I know. I could start a fire here, probably.
Yeah. I'll paint miniatures.
I'll have my. I'll just hang out with my Incredible Hulk statue.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get Najee.
Oh!
That's
I'll
amazing.
paint miniatures and show you how to make Collie Lennox your best friend.
Oh, and pierogies.
Yeah. And I'll cook too. Oh, dude, I did ham cabbage tonight.
Ham
Yeah, I
cabbage.
thought I smelled something.
Yeah. You probably smell it. It smells for like 2 blocks when you do ham cabbage.
I don't know what these words you guys. I don't know what you're saying. What's a ham cabbage?
See, now you know how I feel when you talk about your stuff there.
So you take
I have no idea what you're saying.
We have too many vowels. We're using too many vowels, and Marcus lost.
Ham cabbage?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's cabbage ham.
That's actually
And
ham,
Like,
yeah.
like actual ham, like a ham, like the pig ham.
Yeah.
like big slices. You do like chunks.
But what's it to do with cabbage?
It's a soup.
It's a soup.
Oh, this is real Yinz's shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
You guys haven't got me fucking making chicken burgers and whatnot.
Oh, it's better than takeaway.
Well, what do you call takeaway?
To go.
Takeout. Like
Take out.
Take out. To go. Can I have that to go?
actually, like what I say is like, shit, I'm gonna go pick it up. That's the whole thing.
I
So take it.
probably only get takeout or takeaway, right? About once every 6 months.
I don't do it.
We get it. I get it fucking twice a week, maybe more. Australians, we're bad for it. We love takeaway. We love fish and
So-
chips. We love burgers and shit.
Is a drive-through a takeaway?
And fish
yeah.
cocktail. And fish
Nah.
cocktail.
That's
The
To
new
go,
thing.
to go is to go. Like no, sorry. Drive through is it? Drive through.
Takeaway?
Oh wait, so a drive-through restaurant or
A
franchise
restaurant. No, we have drive-throughs down here. You know,
Okay.
one thing I didn't realize that when I was in fucking Canada, you could drive through a bank. I didn't know you could do that.
You can do that in States. Yeah.
I had no idea you could do that.
I didn't know.
Crazy. You could drive through and scan your card and get money out. So
You
how
can
fucking
drive-
lazy is that?
Drive through and get married while you're in the
Can
car.
you?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Vegas.
dude.
Yeah, you can do that.
I got one. If Mark will allow me to, you could bleep it out, but
I can't actually. What is it? Be careful.
It's live.
It's like,
he had to
Just
take a
say it.
piss. He had to
Oh,
take
that's
a
fine.
piss and he couldn't get into the bar because his Australian license wouldn't let him in. They're like, you need a passport. This is
yeah, that was a
downtown.
fucking joke, man. I was like, wasn't even drunk. I was like, can I get in?
I'm
And
like,
they wouldn't
cool
accept
as
my
fuck.
license.
He's like
Well,
2 foot taller than I am.
I'm not carrying my license around, my passport around. I'm not catching a flight that day.
And so I asked him because I have like a passport and then I have a passport card that I carry in my wallet. And like, you don't have a little passport. And he's like, what the fuck is a passport card? So it's like a driver's license. That made me laugh. Mark's like literally holding his pants like a little
piss.
Yeah. I'm like, pee around the corner, dude. He's like,
So
nah.
that wasn't convincing enough.
So I'm sorry. That's my best memory of that Steeler game, other than inside.
Oh, there wasn't many. There wasn't many in that Steeler game.
Oh,
Fucking hell, they played Renegade twice and we booed them. No, they played it once. We booed them. I was like, you can't play Renegade down by 19 points. You're joking. They played it. It was terrible.
I think it's overkill anymore. It's overkill. Whoever's up in the box should know how to. It's overkill.
Well, fans want to see it. Young kids want to see it and stuff like that. But when you're down by 19 points in the fourth quarter, it's not going to happen.
Some of these young kids don't even know Steeler history.
Well, and then those little kids had to go home Christmas Day and realize, hey, my dad spent all my Christmas present money.
On the tickets.
No Santa for you.
Yeah, here's some toothpaste.
Eat this.
Have some Tom and some Najee, and you're getting shit for Christmas, Jimmy.
It was actually no. I'll bring that guy up.
The Penguins suck.
The guy behind us, Jim, was so much fun, dude.
Oh, dude, he's fucking gnarly as shit.
I'll bring him up. He was awesome. This dude was so much fun,
game, dude. It was funny.
Yeah, I enjoyed bits. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. This bloke here was just a crazy Steeler fan, man. He was so much fun. This guy here.
Oh, that guy.
He was missing teeth.
Let's go Steelers! Dude, you're so hot, bro.
Dude, he was awesome, man.
Oh,
he was just like, how many times, Jim, was he hackling, like harassing the refs and the cameraman, get out of the way?
He had
every
like
down.
every play laid out like line for line, dude. That guy was diehard.
Yeah.
Probably like his fifth Steeler game ever that he's been.
He was classic, man. And his wife is sitting there eating chips and whatever, drinking, but he's like, "Hey, cameraman, get out of the way, dude! I can't see."
Yeah, he's like, "Get down!"
Hey, ref! Like just yelling at the ref like over and over. Hey, ref! He was so funny.
To be related to Joey Porter at that point.
He was so funny, man. He was just like on fire, like just burning the refs and just like, "Hey, Mahomes, come over here!" You know. It was so funny.
You know what? That might happen tomorrow. That might happen.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what he would do as well.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers does that kind of shit to make it even bigger.
Yeah.
What time is that?
And that's when look at Shane. Shane's been quiet for a bit. Now he's all smart because Shane knows this is going to be crazy season when this happens.
I said it like real softly, like, "Hey, Mark, what would you do?"
I know. I'd be angry, then have to roll with it.
And I know he hates Aaron Rodgers, even though he's trying to be positive. Is he just going to sit there and explode?
I'm not going to
like ask him. You know they're going to ask him tomorrow. They're going to ask him.
When's his show? Should I stay up? When's his show? What time is
it? Is it 3 o'clock or noon?
Oh, it's too early.
Noon to 3.
Nah, it's too early for me.
All right. So
but yeah, if they announce it, he's going to be there.
Like, would you really be sad? Like, what is the worst possibility of Aaron Rodgers coming to the Steelers?
Would I be like legit sad? No, not really.
Can I give you an example what it's like? And it's really, it's like you hear, it's like people say, "Oh, I just want to know if they're alive or not." Like if someone's like out at sea for 3 months, you're like,
right?
I don't know if Jimmy's on a boat or if he's just sharks ate him, or people say, "Oh, I just want to know." People just say they just want to know if they have a quarterback or not. That's not the case because people don't want Aaron Rodgers. They don't want to know.
If he is a Steeler, he's a Steeler that beat us in the Super Bowl.
That's right.
It just comes full circle.
Yep.
So Mike said the Vikings have re-signed Byron Murphy to a huge 3-year deal. Cornerbacks getting paid now, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
to think about this.
Except for Najee. I mean, everybody's getting paid but Najee. I'm gonna be bitching about that.
Yeah, running backs don't get shit anymore.
No. Saquon did, but he had a big year, right?
Saquon.
Yeah, because he's.
I don't mind that. Samuel Jr. from the Chargers. Be like, get up for a steal again. That's fair.
Yeah, Nate, we don't want them. But if it happens, I'm gonna be entertained.
It'd be something. I want to show you guys one more video. I don't know if everyone saw this on my channel, but this is like one of my highlights from when I was down the is it called the strip? The strip when I was down there. This bloke just. This guy just like over. No. It's this guy just singing like the Christmas song.
Oh, I seen that one.
It was my most viewed short, I think, like in a long time. By the way, guys, I gave him $5. I didn't just film it. I gave him $5. I gave him something. To, here we go. Got a great set of lungs on him.
All my life.
Oh,
Thank you, mate. On ya. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh my gosh. I want to put him in my basement and just put a quarter in him every time I'm sad. That is fantastic.
Oh, it was so funny, man. It was so good.
Was that karaoke or he just karaoke?
He had a hat out. It was just singing Christmas lyrics or whatever songs. I gave him $5. I said, mate, can I film you? Yeah, no worries. He went, what? Special.
He was singing George Michael's, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he was terrible. I'd have gonged him.
Ding. Holy dooly.
That made my night. That video was fantastic.
Yeah, it was so funny. Yeah, we're going to end on that, guys. Thank you, everyone, for the chat. Thank you, Gene. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Bubba.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's been a really great show. 3.5 hours. I think we're back into Steelers football talk. It's on now.
It's on.
It's on now. Aaron Rodgers will be strung out like someone at Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, like this.
Well, by 3:00 we'll know.
Is it tomorrow? No,
tomorrow. If he announces it on McAfee's show, we'll know by 7. We'll have it on the show. I mean, we'll know.
All right.
If he does it tomorrow. And why wouldn't he? Because then he's getting some big ratings because everybody will be watching it. Well, McAfee's coming to Pittsburgh. He's doing some big, huge thing in Pittsburgh here. And he said something to Ben, and I think he's going to probably have Ben's podcast and all these big Pittsburgh sports celebrities at this show. I think it's going to be at PPG, his podcast show, right. Whatever.
It was a really fun show. That was a really fun show to get back into the groove of Steelers. So thank you, Gene. Thank you, Shane, Bubba. And so we are doing tomorrow night. I'm getting confused what we are.
Today's Monday.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do tomorrow night too. Yeah.
Tomorrow's Tuesday. And then we got Wednesday.
This was a big day for Steelers news.
Yeah, because
100%.
we had to do it. Because me and Mark were texting back and forth, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't keep up. I'm like, I'm going to have to do something. He's like, well, I'm going to do something. You guys come on. I go, yeah. I said, I'm going to do something. I get something to eat. And then me and Shane did a half hour. And then.
Wait a second. I have, you know how like medications. Watching.
What?
I got to read this so we don't get sued. Watching over 3 hours of the Steelers Dynasty podcast and or Steelers Nation Australia, you will have or possible side effects of rectal bleeding, bleeding ears, stiff joints. Oh, what's that say?
Pancreatic cancer.
Endometriosis. Also, scabs, scales, shingles, and or pustules on your, what's that say? Oh, that's not good.
Sign
These
away.
are all side effects that can occur if you watch any of these podcasts longer than 3 hours. We are not responsible for any injuries, illnesses, or diseases that may occur from watching excess videos of Mark and or Bubba. Sincerely.
Very well said.
So you've been doing that for the whole half hour, just writing that down?
Actually, it's blank.
Oh, you just.
Oh, you're gonna. He's trying to.
That's a death certificate. Like he's literally reading off a death certificate.
Just in case we get sued, you got to cover us. I like that.
So long.
Good.
Some might have fell fell over on the pot, was taking a shit listening to us and fell over.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't want that. Or,
Right,
or you have
right.
a static nerve when you're on the shitter. I known somebody that done that. They were on the shitter for a long time and they couldn't get up.
Did you ever see that eject a shitter skit from SNL? Where it's like if
No.
you die, it knows that you died on the shitter and it just shoots you into your bed.
All right, that's good enough. Thank you. Oh, Don, we're just leaving, mate. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Don, Jamie, Roberta, TD, Dante, Afton.
Dude, it's a great show. EJ.
Been so much fun.
Like
Mike,
everyone's here.
Pep was here. Cool name. Make sure you check out Steelers Dynasty podcast. It will be on tomorrow and they'll be on the next day as well. Things are happening this week. It's pretty fun. We're going to try and make it as fun as we can. Thank you, Mike, and everyone here. And thank you. Who else we got? Nathaniel McGee, Mike again. Everyone was here. Good fun. And George T. And you guys, we're going to play this on the way out. And yeah, that was fun. I'm probably going to go back and listen to more podcasts because I want to hear more and find out more about these players and shit going on, right? So yeah, lucky Shane said that because I don't want to get any rectal bleeding.
You're single.
Cancer. Anal cancer.
Monkey
Yeah, I don't want any of that. All right, so let's get you out. See you guys. See you, Gino, and we'll play this and.